Morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's me today. How are you? Just sanitising, as we all have to be safe. Can I just say, I'm very, very proud of Sewing Street because they are being so strict, which they should be. They should be about us wearing masks, sanitising and people working from home and everything like that. There's literally just us here today. Just us. I could just see Hannah's face just bobbing above the kind like that. Hello, hello, John Scott. Hello. Little Paul's there as well. Anyway, today's early bird is this. This. That is my glasses. Don't be showing my glasses. They're not for sale. This. Got there in the end, didn't we? Right, so what it is, early bird special, scissor design mug. It's £9.99. They're little scissors, by the way. They're little scissors. I thought it was a fly earlier when we were prepping. They're little scissors, look. A lovely purple handle. £9.99. Oh, good morning, everybody. Oh, lots of you coming in. You keep going through to buy this, right? Gabriel says hello. Trish says hello. Fiona says hello. Now, what you need to do is go through. You only pay 1p for the whole day, remember. Oh, now also remember, I'm here for 4 hours. Then I'm here for another hour doing Yarn Lane. If you buy from me and you buy from Yarn Lane, then it all goes through on the same thing, but different websites. I'll tell you about that later. But 1p for the whole day. So once you paid your P&P on this, £9.99. £9.99, early bird special. So is this the first time it's been on, this one? Has it not been on this one before? We've not seen this one before. We've not seen the purple handled one before. Oh, I'm moving it. I was moving it around like that, thinking, why isn't it moving on the screen? Because that's a still. I'll move it around like that, though. There you go. Comes in a lovely box if you're buying it as a Christmas present. I'll pretend to be the party Susan. It's lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous colour as well. Nice scissor handle there. £9.99. Morning, Kim. Morning, Viv. Morning, Laurie. Oh, now Laurie's saying hello to John, Hannah, and Paul. Do you know what? We're in a bubble. Can I just tell you this as well? Right? We're in a bubble. So when we work, I only now work. You know, because there's Kat and Jeremy Joe and everyone. No. Me, Hannah and Paul, we're in our own little bubble here. We only work together now in here, I know. What? No, I'm quite happy. It's like the old days, isn't it? Oh, Paul's apologising. Oh, there you go. People multi-buying. Hello from Belfast, says Anne-Marie. Good morning, Claire says morning, gorgeous. Judith says good morning. Shelley's in. Hello, Shelley, my love. Diana from Margate, loving your mug. I think she means this mug rather than my face, doesn't she? £9.99. Lots of people multi-buying. Well, we've got to start thinking about Christmas now, haven't we? I know. Got a lot of Christmas treats on today's show. And yes, I know the table hasn't been raised yet, but a lot going on, isn't there, in the world? I think the raising of the table is the last on the list, really. Well, it is, isn't it? Give us a call, 0800 001 4433 is your phone number. The call centre are way to take your calls. They're just down the road. Or, of course, you can come in on the website, which is sewingstreet.com. Now, also remember, the items for the next 2 hours are on pre-order. Oh, after this auction, they'll be going on. Claire says, very nice shirt. Thank you, Claire, my love. It's an old one, this one. Cold but sunny night. Oh, Dee, I needed... What's that called? Yeah, what do you put on your windscreen to stop it? De-icer this morning. I know. Morning, John. Loving your shirt. Oh, lots of people loving the shirt. That's from Dawn. Claire's loving the shirt as well. Oh, the shirt's getting a lot of love today. It's very autumnal, isn't it? Oh, Marjorie likes my shirt as well. Not autumnal. I hate it when people go autumnal. Autumnal. Oh, is it time to go? Oh, it's doing... Okay, let me put this away then, because we have to do our own packing away now, don't we? So let me pack this away so it's ready to be put back on the trolley. Oh, is it on trolley? It will be in a minute. Right, would you like to have a look at today's menu? Here's the menu coming up today. So I've got sewing room tools now at 8 o'clock. That's right now, at 8 o'clock now. 9 o'clock, we've got cross stitch with Jane Greenoff. She's here, pink hair and all. So that's Jane Greenoff at 9 o'clock. That's all Christmassy. That's all Christmassy and Christmas gifts. At 10 o'clock, we've got Japanese-inspired fabrics. Well, they're called Japanese-inspired fabrics. That's because they're Japanese fabrics. 11 o'clock, we've got more cross-stitch with Jane. We've got a premiere. We've got a premiere in that hour as well. And then at 12 o'clock, now, can you tell me, right? Yarn Lane, right? That's at 12 o'clock. Is Christmassy such a word, or should it be Christmas-Y? It's called Christmassy Crochet. It's gorgeous as well. New guest called Sam coming in. Now, I'll explain all about Yarn Lane later, because even though it could be me standing here, no, I'll be standing there, and Sam will be standing here at this desk. My Facebook just went off when I banged the table there. We'll have different things on the shelf and everything. Completely different website, you can carry on watching if you're on the telly, but not in. I look like I've got a flat cap on today, don't I? It's because no hairdressers. Do what? It's just got really funny just suddenly. Anyway, it was very full and voluptuous earlier, and now it's just gone a bit flat. I think it's because it's damp in here, isn't it? Morning, John, says Dawn. Jeannie, good morning, my lovely. Right, shall we start? No. How to get in touch, right? We'd love you to get in touch. This one I'm reading on here. Oh, hang on. No, which order have you got the slides in, Paul? Okay, right. So this is Facebook Live. So we're also on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, right? This is Facebook Live. If you want to message me there, you need to go to Sewing Street TV Facebook, and you can send me a message like Bernie just has. Morning, John Scott and all. And Lynn has. Good morning, team. Gorgeous John and Jane today. What a treat. See, that's lovely, isn't it? Oh, all of Jane's goodies are on pre-order now. I don't know what's happened to my hair. I do apologise. It was all bouffant when I arrived this morning. It's all good. It's wearing a mask because we have to wear masks around the office, you see. So that's what it'll be. Now I've got my makeup on, I'm fine. So that's one way. You can email the studio. They go straight through to Hannah, producer Hannah in the gallery. And that is studio@sewingstreet.com. Studio@sewingstreet.com. And now, on our brand spanking new website, the website is ready for you to look at. There it is, right? Click on Watch the Live Show. And then you see to the right of it there's a box there. And it says send messages to the studio, minimum something. Hello, John, in capitals. It's Hannah. No? And then what you do, kiss, 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 send it. You will then get a message saying, thank you, your message has been sent. Then once it arrives with Hannah, she puts it in a box. Oh, okay, she can't do it now. Oh, hang on. So there you see. So that's if you message via the website. But can we go back to the website? Because I want to show the pre-order, if that's all right. Right, so look, if you go down, watching today's show, go down, there's today's best sellers, right? Right, that's today's show deal that we're on there. That's some stuff from yesterday, right? But then if you press on pre-order, you will see all the stuff I've got from this stuff, all the goodies I've got from this hour, one of which I don't understand, but we'll get to that in a minute. Plus, all of Jane's. Look, all of Jane's. Oh, that one is so new that it hasn't got a picture. Oh, actually, because you won't buy that because you won't know what it is because there's no pictures. So anyway, look. All of Jane's goodies are all on pre-order. When we start Jane's hour, they will all go into the one on the left-hand side. Yeah. You can check out on pre-order. You can go now to pre-order, click on it and check out. Now, that's a question I should have asked in prep. When I'm in my 11 o'clock hour, Yarn Lane goodies do not show on the Sewing Street website. They will be on the Yarn Lane website. And they won't be on pre-order. They will go live when we go live at 12 o'clock in Yarn Lane. It's all new to me as well. But we're all learning together. But it is fantastic. It's been so popular, I can't tell you, the Yarn Lane. So, should we start? I've done everything. I've done all the business, how to get in touch. Well done if you got your mug loads here. And lots of people multi-buying as well, which is a good thing. Good thing. Right. Start with something very small, shall we? Could you come in here, little Paul, please? Oh, now Sue is not happy. Sue is not happy. She says, I wish you would get on with it and stop looking at the messages and waffling on. I do apologise, Sue. It's called welcoming you all in. It's welcoming you all in, Sue. I do apologise. Jackie says morning. Julie says morning, John, looking fab. We've had to wait longer to see you this week. You have. And Jean says good morning to my favourite presenter. Lovely to have you back. Well, I am sort of back now, aren't I? So just you, Sue, that's not very happy with me. I don't think she's being ironic. I think she was telling me to get on. So let's start with something small for Sue. A bobbin matchmakes, which is here. These are selling already. These are selling already. Oh, Sue, I can't believe you put that there. Yeah, here we go. Have a look. So we've got a hemline bobbin matchmates pack of 12, right? What they are is you can put your thread on one end and your filled bobbin on the other. So you know that you're keeping your bobbins and your threads together. Oh, no. Things are flying out already. It was only $1.99. And once you paid your P&P, remember? Oh, no. Claire says, good morning from Heartlands Hospital. My youngest son was rushed in. Oh, no. I hope he's all right. Good morning, Sewing Street and team. I love the waffle. That's from Kath. Morning, John, says Joan. Right. Message from Sharon coming across the bottom. Morning, John, Hannah and Paul. I have to look on this screen because it's bigger on that one for me. A wonderful way to spend 20 minutes before going to work. See you on catch up. Lots of love from Sharon in Aberdeenshire. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Princess Whatsit. How are you, my love? Anyway, get these. I can't really take them. I can't open it, can I? Or can I? Oh, except I haven't got a bob. Have I got a bob? There used to be a box of bobbins here. Yeah, you'll have to throw one at me. Don't touch it. Hannah's got an allocated box that she's not allowed to get out of. I've got one. I don't need you to get one because I don't need to touch one that you've touched. Back in your box, Hannah. Right, so what you do is your thread goes on one end. You see, like that. Oh, here you go there, and I'll put it on there. Quarter of the stock of these has gone already, look. Even with me waffling on. And then, I need to put my glasses on. Oh, it's the other way around. I think it might be the other way around. There you go. Look, good to be organised. So what you do is you can keep your thread. They're obviously not the same colour. It's just I've just picked one off there, right? So you put your bob in there and your thread there. June says, John, don't change. We love your chatter. You're a friend in my living room. Thank you, June, my love. Princess says, I love the way you welcome us all. Makes us feel part of it. Please don't stop. I won't. Don't worry. I won't. Suzanne says, you carry on. We love you. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, you're all very kind. Tim says, good morning, John, Hannah and Paul. Hope Paul has recovered from... I don't know what that means. Oh, he went for a walk along the canal yesterday, did he? Message from Tracy across the bottom of the screen. Morning, John and gang. You're helping my shielding. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's such a strange one. Tim says, brightens up a dull morning, does John's banter. Pam Minnie Harney, hello. Morning. Anne says, morning, everyone. Lovely to have you back, John. Thank you. Ema says, keep waffling away. I love it. Good morning, John, our favourite waffler, says Pam Minnie Harney. Thank you. Right, I'll get on to it. Oh, Stuart. Morning, John and team. Oh, it's lovely to have you back on. It's felt like an age waiting for today. Breakfast time. No peanut butter, you'll be glad to hear. Oh, yes, peanut butter and what are those things with the holes in the top? Crumpet, yeah. Ooh, I know. Ooh. Oh, Leslie says, John, my embellish has just arrived and I can't wait to use it. Good for you. Good, they're good, aren't they, those embellishers? Anyway, I'll put that away. I'll put that back in there. I'll put that back on there. And I'll put that back on there. Well, don't forget that because they're about to sell out. We had loads of those. Right, moving on. Come on, Sue won't be happy. Come on. The extra large ruler rack. Limited stock, the extra large. Oh, wrong way round. Sorry, wrong way round. If I had some rulers on set, I'd put them in there for you. Oh, Claire would love a crumpet right now. And Laurie says, you carry on. I love having you in my living room, brightening up my day. Thank you, Laurie. Here's some rulers. Here's some rulers. Who put those there? It's the easy system. What a lovely ruler rack. And these are limited, the big ones. Limited. This is the big one. This one has got 5 grooves. Lucy says, morning, John. We love you. Been looking forward to you coming on all week. Don't you change. Oh, now Sue's in isolation, waiting for her results. Oh, she said, I'm waiting for everyone else to get up to make me a drink. What do you mean? Oh, okay. Mary Doyle. Morning, John. I love your enthusiasm. Don't you ever change. Oh, Mary Doyle Osborne. Oh, she's posh. Oh, she's posh, Mary Doyle Osborne. Didn't she used to, wasn't she, no, hang on. Wasn't she on X Factor a few years ago? Mary from the supermarket till. Wasn't she Mary Doyle Osborne? Black hair, do you remember? Big voice. Okay, there's one left. I don't understand this message. Morning, everyone. Hannah, you're looking good this morning, Hannah, it says. Yes. Do you know what? Hannah's a little bit worried because she had her phone out the other day and she said while her phone was out, oh, I'm not going to bother getting a new one of these. Anyway, since she said that, the phone keeps going wrong. So she thinks it's listening. Sorry. Oh, sorry, sorry, I couldn't find the hole to put it back on the hook here. I thought it was Sally Ann Harrison for a minute then, didn't I? There we go. Oh, no, I've got another ruler. I've got another ruler rack here. Yeah, she could have said, couldn't she? Don't put them away because there's another ruler rack. My plan was I'll only get one ruler out for this one. There you go. Yeah. Marina says, morning, gorgeous. Oh, they're all talking to you this morning, Hannah. Oh, Shelley wants to know, do we sell the hanging rail that the rulers are on behind me? IKEA. That's from IKEA, apparently. Jackie, don't you ever change, John. I've missed your cheery chatter. Oh, you're very kind, all of you. Anyway, buy this. That's what you're here for. I'm waffling, yeah. $10.99. No, I've heard from Nurse Julie in years. How are you, Nurse Julie? I'm making her laugh, apparently. She's a nurse. Oh, it's a message there. Look. Morning, John. Nurse Julie here. So lovely to see you again. You do make me laugh. Oh. Yes. 58 seconds ago, that message came in. Cheryl says, morning, John, Hannah and Paul. Loving the banter. Just a pity I've got to go out to work. Oh, no, Cheryl. I've had to come to work this morning as well. There was a fly. There's a fly in the studio. Anyway. Shelley says, thank you for some reason. What have I done for Shelley this morning? Here we go. $10.99. You don't get the ruler, obviously. I'll put the ruler away. You can just look at the ruler stand. Oh, what's the matter? Oh, no, I'm sorry about that, Princess. Can't you bob down? June says, did Hannah pass her driving test or are you still giving a lift in? Right, she failed. Failed's not the right word. She didn't pass. And no, I don't give her a lift in because where we are in Redditch here, I live half an hour that way and Hannah lives half an hour that way. I'm not going to go like this to then come in. She'd still get here. If I did do that from there all the way around, I'd still get here before she does, but you know. Okay, she's got a driving test booked for the 5th of December. Will it happen? Will it happen? Anyone know where I can get a what, does that say? A tea towel material. Bernie, do you mind? Marcy is watching as well. Oh, yeah. Yes, it covers the live thing covers the code and the price. Well, on mine, it's only covering the code. It's not covering the price on mine. I don't think you can get rid of that, though, I'm afraid. That's not my problem. Oh, Crazy Lorraine's watching. First, well, this isn't my problem, is it? It isn't. I can't move. Is it there? Oh, is it there? So if I move like that, does that help? No. No. What a perfect start to the day, says Cecilia. What are you watching, Cecilia? Lintuit is watching. Poor old Crazy Lorraine's been poorly. Who is? Julie starting her retirement today from the NHS. That's for you, Julie. Clapping for the NHS. Good for you. Oh, I don't know if I'd be very good. I'd only be good retired if I'm very, very rich. Like Jane Greenoff, you see. If I was rich like Jane Greenoff, I'd be retired. She's just standing there. That's why I can say that. Right, okay, moving on. What do you need? What do you want? Now, can I do something else first? I haven't got a ruler rack. Well, no, only because I've never seen this before. Oh, you meant this? Oh, right. Okay, so if you've got rulers that can fit in there, Hannah would love to hear from you because you called this a ruler rack. No, I didn't know what you meant. I just wanted to do that because I'd never done it before. Oh. Look. You can't fit, don't try and put your pinking shears in there, though. There you go. Oh, is it a game? It's not a game. It's everything £10.99 from Millwood today. Woodblock scissor holder, I think it's called, isn't it? Yeah, Woodblock scissor display. Oh, Princess says, I know it's not your fault, John. I just wanted you to know. Thank you, Princess. Marjorie. Oh, Marjorie. Oh, how are you, Marjorie, my love? Oh, Marcia says, good morning, everyone. Jackie says it's like having a friend advise you rather than one of those pushy sales assistants. Oh, I could be a pushy sales assistant if you want. Who was that said that? Jackie. Buy this, Jackie. Buy this. Buy this. Your life can't be, you can't be life without. Anyway, you know what I mean. No. You do not get the scissors. Nail file. Oh no, it's in my dressing room. My nail file wouldn't fit in there, Hannah, because it's like an S-shaped wide one from Waitrose. I'm leaning against the table. No, I love this. I wanted one of these. Sorry, it's just sold out on pre-order. That one just sold out on pre-order. Sorry. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You should have been quicker. Being a pushy. What's he saying? Oh no, Susan says she's having to watch on the laptop as the TV signal is rubbish in the fog. Oh, Jackie says to Princess, if you watch it on your phone, your iPad, turn it on its side and then the live thing moves. Rita's watching from Malta. I love your show very much, says Rita. I've never been to Malta either. Dawn's in bed watching. Yeah, is that where Maltesers come from? I don't think that's... Oh, it might be. Where are we going next then? Come on. Oh, sorry. This isn't a ruler rack. This... Yes. Everything's a ruler rack in Hannah's life at the moment. You don't get any stickers with it. Or scissors. Oh, look. Let me put my head out of shot like that. Scissor rack. But also, I've got other things that might fit. Oh, might not. Oh, perfect fit. Look, that slots in there nicely. I wonder if the stiletto does as well. They're coming up in a minute, the stiletto and the finger. Well, the thing is, right, it's only going to take up that much room on your desk, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just compact. How much is it? Oh, $18.99 now. I would keep my eggs in the middle bit there. I've got an egg holder a bit like this. Oh, now Princess says, that's all very well, Jackie, but if I put it on the side, I lose the chatter. Oh, do you? Do you lose the chatter? Ooh. We're learning so much this morning, aren't we? Lucky you. I love Malta, says Sue to Rita. And Tim says the rotating scissor rest is brilliant. Oh, there you go, Tim. I love it, and it's transformed my scissor storage. Right, Rita says, sorry, John, she shipped to Malta. Sorry, I'm breaking these teeth in for someone else. Do we ship to Malta? I don't know the answer. Ring the call centre, it's free, and they'll be able to tell you. Ring the call centre. 0800 001 4433. Oh, now someone else has gone. Susan loves her scissor rotating rack. She's filled it. She's filled hers. You need another one then, Susan. Patsy. Is it Patsy and Adina? Hi, John. Friday. Who's John Friday? Just got a whole lot better seeing you today. Love your belt buckle. What are you doing looking at my belt buckle, Patsy? Look, I'll show you. It's Paul Smith enamel. I'm a bit worried, though, about this desk being so low because I keep hitting it on the desk, you see. And it keeps clanking on the desk, so I have to be a bit careful. Right, I'll put the scissors away now because the scissors are not available. The scissors are all available on the website. I've just not got them today, that's all. There it gets nice in it. But it does look like an egg. Oh, I can show it from upstairs. It does look like an egg holder, though, doesn't it? They'd have to be little egg. Quail's eggs. Oh, posh. If you had a posh dinner party and you served your quail's eggs. What? You put the dips on the bottom. So you put your quail's eggs there. You have your bowl for the shell, and then you have your mayonnaise dips around the bottom. Oh, they're lovely. Have you not got a Waitrose near you? I think they sell them in Tesco's as well. I don't know. A hamster? Oh, an Asda. This one. It's all very wood-orientated, today's show, isn't it? Donna says, good morning, all. Good morning, Donna. Oh, Tim's got to get up now. Work is calling. What, they're ringing you to tell you you should be there? Much more useful for scissors than eggs, John. Oh, thank you, Susan. Oh, Liz. Liz is messaging saying I had an operation yesterday. She said it's so comforting to have you on in the background. Thank you. That's what most people do, just have me wittering in the corner of the room. Marina and Ali's dad just has me wittering in the corner of the room. Anyway, you don't get any of the threads with it. Nice little gift. Oh, actually. Oh, no, I'm not going to open it sellotape. This is how it comes packaged. Packaged. $7.99, that. That's good, isn't it? Because look how much you can put on it. That's very good value. Oh, we've missed you, John, says Julie. Thank you, Julie, my love. I've only been away for a few days. Well, not been away, I've been working. Don't cry. I just find life a bit stressful at the moment. It's nice to have a laugh and a gossip, isn't it, really? Oh, question from Lynn coming across the bottom of the screen. If I pay postage at Sewing Street, do I have to pay again on the same day if I buy from Yarn Channel? It's called Yarn Lane, my love. Lynn in Herefordshire. No, It's 1p&p. So if you buy anything from me, you could buy 20 things from me here, and you pay 1p&p of £3.95. Then I'll come back on Yarn Lane at 12 o'clock. And even though it's a completely different website, it's still only the 1p&p that you've already paid from this one. So no, because it'll all come out together. It'll all come out together. It's brilliant, isn't it? Really, if you think about it. Oh, do you know what? I haven't seen these for years. I've missed them. Oh, yes, sorry. I've got everything right, the right way up so far. There you go. It's because we used to sell these at Sewing Quarter. When we showed Sewing Quarter things on the desk, we had to show them that way around, you see. And I was back at Sewing Quarter suddenly. Look, £10.99 again. It'd be nice if they were in focus, Paul. Oh, there you go. They're in focus now. No, there you go. Straight on the desk. Right. Paul prefers the jaunty angle, apparently. Have a look in here. Have a look. They've got marbles. Can you see that? I'll put it down. They've got marbles inside them, right? So what happens when you get a quilt? I had a quilt here this morning. Where's it gone? Oh, here it comes. And you want to hang it up from the wall. What you do is you just slide, can you see this? You slide that in there. Right, like that. And then when you pull it up, it holds onto it, look. No damage, no nothing. Now, we always used to have this conversation. Would you, oh, would you, that shows how good it is, doesn't it? It's not going to fall out. Would you leave these as wood, or would you paint them? Would you, or wouldn't you? So you put a little ball of paint is white. Oh, right. If you've got a Cafe design wall, for some reason that doesn't work because it's just one layer of fabric, isn't it? Well, no, you know what? How it would work with the Cafe, fold the top over twice and pop it in, and then you'll be all right. They're brilliant. How much are they? £10.99? Yeah, you can use them as maracas at the Christmas party. I was just saying, the last time we were all out was the Christmas party. That's nearly a year ago. How's that happened? I haven't had my summer holidays yet. Oh no, it's just... Yeah, we did, didn't we? Right. Oh, I didn't realise Yarn Name's included in the £3.95 postage packaging. It is indeed. It is indeed. Shelley's starting her very first quilt. Shelley, did you see about the launch? The launch of the competition I'm judging yesterday on my show. Do you know, go to the Janome website and you'll see. Morning, John. Just got up my first day of my annual leave. Oh, I should be going to a lovely cottage in Somerset, but I'm going to enjoy your company instead. I'm sorry, I'm not as good as a country cottage in Somerset, but I'll have to do, won't I? Yes. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day or to a cottage in Somerset? Right. Iron Finger. We should get Shirley Bassey to sing this, shouldn't we? Let me put that down there and I'll show you what it is in a second. There it is. I think I bought one of these for Ali Barton, didn't I? Didn't I get one of these for you, Ali Barton? Ali Barton. It's a clover. Oh, look in the shot there. Clover Iron Finger. It is a weird thing, but look, if you look at the picture, I haven't got an iron here now because Jane borrowed it to iron her top. So I haven't got an iron here to show you. But have a look on the picture there. Basically, you know when you burn your finger normally, we can use this to iron over or to push corners out and to press corners and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a must. And it's really good as a Derek the Dobber as well. Because look, it's got a little pointing corner, but it's not going to go through any of your corners, is it there? $15.99. $15.99. And it's very rude to point at people. What have you had for breakfast? I need some of your energy. Lorraine, it's called living on your own. It's called living all on your own. I don't talk to anybody. I don't have a cat to talk to or anything anymore. The sheep have all gone from the field. They're all sausages. Oh, no, you don't make sheep into sausages, do you? They've all gone from the field. I've got nobody to talk to. Da, 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 da. And my hair's gone flat, look. I don't want a haircut like yours, Paul. Thank you. I'll try and give it a brush through. Oh, no. There's nobody in the office, is there? So I can go in the office. It's all right. I'll give it a brush through in the break. You got any of your hairspray here, Hannah? Does Vix leave any of her? She doesn't. She takes everything home now. Anyway. $15.99. If you put hairspray on your head, Paul, I'd be very worried. Be like a Velcro one-touch fastening, wouldn't it? Everything would be sticking to it. You could play that game where you throw balls at, you put a hat on that's got Velcro on it and you throw balls. What's it called? No, it's not it. Yeah, I was going to say it used to be a TV channel, didn't it? Stiletto. Oh, I'm just presuming it's Stiletto next. It is Stiletto next. Oh. The aircon just switched itself off, did you hear? Anyway, why would you get this? This is a completely different tool, that's why. First of all, you can use it to point out your corners, but also when you're feeding fabric through your sewing machine, you can use this if you just, don't use your seam ripper, use this. Or if you're doing self-gathering, like self-gifting, it's the best way to go. This end here has got your silicone tip, so if you've got the iron, you can use the iron and point your corners out. All the pictures are on here, look, to show you. And I'll show you around the back. It's got a whole little pamphlet in it, I think, that one, isn't it? I like these, $12.99. I love it. The Clover Hold It Precision. Look, there you go. There she is. Oh, take my hand out of the way. I'm presuming it's a lady feeding the fabric with the light bulbs or the clamshells through the sewing machine. June says, John, I think you need some kittens. You're so random. Oh, no, because I said I've got nobody to talk to. That's why I couldn't figure out why. And Susan's LMAOing. Well, I can't read it out, can I? Because it's rude. Be like Shirley Valentine and talk to the wall. Oh, thanks, Lucy. I'll go home and talk to the wall then, shall I? Oh, sad message from Sharon now. Hi, John, you're cheering me up. I've just had reminder on my phone saying her Greek island cruise was should have been starting today. It's raining anyway. You don't want to be there. You don't want to go there. Oh, I can't help you on that one, I'm afraid, Sharon. I could dance for you if you wanted. I haven't got Greek yogurt today. I've got soya yogurt today. Oh, I've had the Greek oat yogurt. Well, no, it was lovely. It was like eating a pot of fresh cream, but it didn't agree with me. I'm not going there. What demos are on today, says Sandra? Well, you're not listening. Jane Greenoff is here next hour, 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. We've got premieres. We've got all sorts of gorgeous. Look, there's a picture. Look, I'll show you a couple. Right, ready? 1, 2. There you go. And when we go to Yarn Lane, we've got a new expert guesting doing some crocheting Christmas. I know. Plastic bobbin case. You all right there, Jane Greenoff? Yeah, she's waving to everybody. She's getting impatient now. She just wants to get on, doesn't she? I'm here now. Let me be on. $3.99, this little stocking filler. Clive says good morning to everybody. Good morning, Clive. $3.99. How many? Not how many. It's a bobbin box. You don't get any bobbins in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 spaces in there. What's the matter, Hannah? $3.99 for a bobbin case. Adele says, good morning, John Scott and crew. Dull grey start to the day in Skipton. No doubt you'll brighten it up. Oh, Adele, thank you. Jane Greenoff will be here in a minute. June's going to pop out. June, are you allowed to pop out at your age? I thought you had to stay home. I've got to pop out at 10 for 10 minutes. Please don't do anything exciting. Wait for me to get back. All right, so at 10 o'clock, I'll just sit here for 10 minutes. Wait, let me know when you're back, June, and I'll start. Where are you going for 10 minutes? She lives on the beach, though. Maybe she's going for a walk along the beach. I doubt she'll be going swimming today. Glennie says, good morning, everybody. Oh, right, okay. Let's move on. That's the bobbin box, done that already. Oh, now these, I'm going to open these. I'll put them down like this, right? I said the other day, didn't I? Because Roxana messaged in saying, John, when you do fabrics, you keep licking your fingers in between each piece of fabric, and you mustn't do that. And I said, I need some of those things they wear in banks to count the pound notes, right? Well, they used to. I don't know if they still do, because they... Pound notes and £5... Oh, don't we have pound notes anymore? Oh, oh, okay. Anyway, in the bank, they don't do that anymore. They just go like that. And I said, I could do with some of those. Anyway, I've got fabrics in an hour's time, haven't I? So I'm going to keep those and wear those when I do the fabrics. Oh, you want me to open them? Oh, okay. You might not get orange and pink. Apparently, there's random colours. There's what? Oh, can I have the blue and yellow ones? Well, there are big ones. No, you have different sizes. One's for your thumb, I imagine. They're durable and they're multi-sizes. You get 3 size 12s and 3 size 14s. They are machine quilting fingertips. Grips. Finger grips allow easy movement of quilt layers and provide control. 2 sizes include to cater for various finger widths. Like instead of wearing quilting gloves, really. Well, no, yeah, you're getting grip on those. Oh. You see, I'd use them to pick up fabrics with like that. They're being sarcastic upstairs. Oh, no, they're not upstairs anymore. Right, I'm keeping those for later. How much are they? $2.99. I'll buy those. Well, no, I'll pay for them. They're mine. I've touched them. Magic pins. They're not magic. They do not do tricks. There's one in there, right? Just because it's been picked in there doesn't mean to say it's the favourite. It's just there to show you what it's like. They've got comfort grip handles, which you can iron over. They come in a lovely little case to hold them in. And look at them, you can see them really easily when they're in your fabrics, can't you? Now, what size are these? Because they come in different sizes, don't they? I'm going to put my head in shot. You get 100 and they're 1 3/4 inches in length. They're heat resistant, so like I say, you can iron over them. And you get that little shaped box there for them to live in. Oh, Juanita says it's very foggy in Olney. And I know what you... Oh, she says, I also live on my own, so I know you about not having anyone to talk to. I'm always here for you, Juanita. Always here for you. Amanda says, you've brightened my day. I didn't sleep due to my nerve pain in my legs. Oh, no. She's not swimming. She's picking up a Tesco order. Doesn't say what they're made of. I'd say they were rubber. Oh, I don't... Oh. It's just as well I've got fat fingers because I've lost the skinny ones. I'm not sure, but No, I don't want to confirm they're not silicone. Somebody's messaging saying they're silicone intolerant. I don't know because it doesn't say. The what? Oh, these are so easy one. Yeah. I can't tell you, I'm afraid. I'm ever so sorry. You could go to soeasy.com. They might tell you on there. Next. Yes, I have. Lucy Brennan loves this. What she does is she threads up, if she's going away and she's going to be sewing on the train, well, do you go on the train anymore? I don't know. Or sit in front of the telly in the evening, you thread up your needles and you put them in there and they stay all safe there and the threads wind round so they don't get all knotted. And every time you need another threaded needle, you just take it out. Ready to go. $9.99 these. $9.99. There you go, there you go. There's instructions on the back, look. If I had one open, I'd show, and if I had a needle and a thread, I'd show you, see. Oh, Elizabeth's looking forward to watching them, spending the morning with me and Jane. She dropped the boys off at school already. Jane's things are all on the pre-order. Remember, all the Cross Stitch Guild and Jane's designs are all on pre-order already if you want to go and have. We've got some premieres, things you've never seen before as well. June Taylor cut and press. It's not heavy, I'm just being pathetic. It's not heavy, no, it's not heavy, look. It was just me trying to lift them up with my feeble fingers, that's all. If I'd kept the grips on, I'd have been fine, wouldn't I? So, on this side, it's a pressing pad. That side, it's a cutting mat. Let me talk about the cutting mat first. It is not self-healing. It is not a self-healing mat. June Taylor don't do self-healing mats. Do you know why? Because they've spent years and years and years developing these in the development department. They're not self-healing. It's because your rotary cutter doesn't actually go into it. It only cuts the fabric, which means it makes your rotary blades last longer. I know. And also, look at the way the measurements are on the outside. I'll have to do it with a box of thread. If you just normally put a quilt down or quilt block down like that, the numbers are on the inside, aren't they? They're on the outside here, so you can see exactly how big. Well, I'll have to do it that side there. Very clever. And it's got centimetre. Oh, you can't see it there. Oh, I'll put it into shot. You've got centimetre converter up there as well. It's good, isn't it? Oh, I haven't finished this yet. On this side here, you can do pressing, right? But you can also, you've got your inches, you could square off here and everything like that as well. Hannah wants to move on, so I'm ever so sorry everyone, we're moving on. I'm here, back. What's next? Prim Mini. Now, I've not got an open one because one of the presenters, naming no names, Debbie Shaw. There's a lovely imprint of it on the carpet. No, we're not showing it. Anyway, shows how hot the iron gets. It's a brilliant little iron, this. £39.99. Now, I could show you, but you see in there, you've got a dial for your temperature. You've got a button to make it steam or non-steam. You've got little windows to show where the water's filled up to. You've got an old-fashioned dial there for the temperature. You've got this lovely ergonomic handle, which has a silicone rim to it, so you can hold on if you've got dexterity issues. It's fantastic like that. Oh, you can't see on the bottom. On the bottom, it's got steam holes. It's got 1.5 meter wire. Comes with a little bag, instructions, and a tiny little jug to fill it with water. They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant, these. They get very hot. It is a long cable. I think it's 1.5 meters, but Hannah thinks it's longer. Hannah thinks it's 2. Hang on. Oh, that was Paul, was it? Well, if I could open it, I'd be able to tell you, but I can't. It's very difficult. They've got masks on, right? Looks like they sound very alike. Anyway. I thought it was 1.5 meters. Paul thinks it's 2 meters. All right. Oh, now, hang on. Is this one person? Stevie Jane L. Julie Smith Woodford. She loves the shirt today. Looks great with your poppy. Lorraine says it's a small iron with as much heat as a normal sized iron. That's about little Paul. That's our little Paul, that isn't it? Have I missed much? Says Tim. I'm up and washed and dressed now. Got my morning coffee. Oh, Maureen. Oh, I thought Maureen. Maureen said, I used to love the banter. And I was like, oh, no. And then she said, and fun that you and Lucy had. Hope she's well. Maureen, I cannot tell you how brilliant she is. She's so happy, I can't tell you. Lynn says, morning, John. Need some sewing inspiration this morning. Well, what you do is you get a needle and you get some thread and you go like that, and that's sewing. Yeah, see? All the inspiration you need. Right, I've now got 3 items left. This. Here we go. Goes underneath your sewing machine. It's got a chamfered edge. It's like a waffle, but look. So if you've got your sewing machine on there, look. They come out. So if you tread on it by accident and you get your footprint on or your handprint on, it does come out. It's very, very good for, first of all, saving your table if you sew on like your dining table or something like that. Secondly, it transfers the weight evenly of your sewing machine. Thirdly, it will, if your machine vibrates a little bit, then it will, it's a huge sew late at night time. It'll absorb the vibrations. Oh, now I've put it upside down. I do apologise. I'll just turn it around again. Oh, there you go. Sorry, that was my bad. £15 and 99 pence. These are brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. Have one under your overlocker. If you've got an overlocker, put one under your overlocker. I would. It just saves your table. It saves your table completely. The Prim Iron is the best thing I have ever used, and the handle is lovely to hold, says Diane. And Lorraine says, John, you're better than any medicine I've taken all this week. Oh, you're very kind. Morning, John. I've just woken up and I've missed the early bird. No, you haven't, Jill. No, you haven't, because it's on the table here. I'll do the early bird for you now, especially for you, Jill, but you have to buy it now. You don't. I'm only joking. I can't force people to buy things. Here it is. $9.90. Oh, is that what I'm here for? Oh, I didn't realise that. $9.99 it is. Oh, gone all sniffly now. Ooh. It's November. Of course I'm sniffly. Anyway, Jill, there it is. It's $9.99. Oh, now. Now, I've just had a thought. Have you texted Kat yet, Hannah? No, you said you were going to text her. Yes. Because I know Yarn Lane, it'll be me presenting, but it's nothing to do with social, apart from the fact you get your same P&P all day long and everything, and it's the same set and everything. There's a really, really, really lovely mug coming up in there as well. Really lovely mug. Took me back to my childhood, it did. Well, studenthood. I was a very young, naive student. Are the mugs dishwasher proof? The one at 11 o'clock definitely is, because it's got it in big writing on the box. I think these ones, you don't put these in a... Oh! No, it is. They've changed. They are microwavable and dishwasher safe. The ones we used to have weren't, because remember, they weren't before, but they are now. So who was that? Sue. Yes, they are, Sue. Oh, here you go. Paul, we're both wrong. The cord on the iron to the plug is 189 centimetres. So halfway between the 2 meters and the meter. Thank you, Adele, my love. Now, I need to tell you, we only introduced this mug at 8 o'clock this morning. Not this mug, this mug. 8 o'clock this morning, right? Half the stock, more than half the stock's gone already. I know. Jane's staring me out now. She's standing behind the camera over there, just staring at me. And then she's doing this, now she's going like that. Right, okay, now I've got to be honest here. I pride myself in doing my research and doing everything like that, so I know what I'm trying, well, I think I'm talking. Right, now, this wasn't on my poll sheet last night, so I was doing my prep last night at home. It's called a poll sheet. We get a sheet with everything that we've got in the show, and it tells you how much it is and all that, all about it and everything, right? this wasn't on my list. So when I came in this morning, I said to Hannah, Anna, you put something on the table that shouldn't be there. She went, well, it's on my list. Right, look. Talk about what? If you can send in answers, when I've got the other Almond with the Japanese fabric, right? I'll keep it out. I'll keep it out. There's a claw. I'm presuming that's the claw. Oh, no. A claw and matte cleaner 3-in-1 tool. Now, I'm ever so sorry that I'm... Oh, hang on. There you go. Hang on. It's got a holder, a blending tool, and a cleaner all in one. It's obviously to do with needle felting because it says so there. Right, okay. This is the email address. studio@sewingstreet.com. studio@sewingstreet.com. I'm going to put it... If you know what it's for, then buy it because it's only $8.49, right? But if you don't... If you can tell me what it's for, and then in the hour after next, I'll keep it out and we can see... But together, we can learn. So we're not only entertainment, we're not only fulfilling a need, we're also educational. Jane doesn't know what it's for either. No. She's shaking her head. What? Oh, and the early bird on Yarn Lane at 12:01 will be the first ever early bird on Yarn Lane. No? Okay. One last look. What does Doris Nowd mean? Don't know what that means, I'm afraid. Anyway. Oh, is it in the wrong place? Hang on, let me put it in shop. There you go. There you go. Daisy's iPad has sent in a message. That's very clever, isn't it? Is it coming up there? Oh, it's an email. It's an email. Looking forward to seeing Jane. She's bought some chickens. She's bought some chickens and what? Did you have a chicken last time you were here? Oh, she had a chicken last time she was here. She bought them, really enjoying making them. Jane said good. Love from Daisy's iPad. Nice, isn't it? We're moving on. I've thought, well, I've done everything. There's nothing left. All right. We've got a couple of pictures to show you what's coming up in the next hour. We've got a couple of premieres coming up, that's for sure. No, Christmassy. It's Christmassy the next hour. No, got no pictures next hour. You'll have to come back after break. Oh, there you go. Snowflake Watbows. Snow Flurry Watbows. There's more than that, obviously. That's the only one that Paul got a picture of. Anyway, 4 minutes from now.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw, and as a professional sewer, I really know how important it is to use a high quality thread. Well, you think about it. You spend a lot of money on your sewing machine, you'll spend a lot of money on fabric, and you'll spend a lot of time sewing. So why let your thread let you down? I know a lot of our designers and customers prefer to use Aurifil thread. Now, this is a family business. It was established in 1983 and they're based just outside Milan in Italy. They produce superior quality threads for domestic and professional sewers alike, and they've achieved worldwide success with quilters, sewers, embroiderers and textile artists who all appreciate the versatility and the strength of these threads. It's all made from Egyptian cotton, which is grown just at the side of the River Nile, and Aurifil only use the long staple threads, which gives their thread that strength. Each one of these threads goes through 15 steps before it even gets onto a spool and then comes to you to use in your sewing projects. Now at Sewing Street, we've collaborated with Aurifil and we've brought you 2 collections of threads. So we have the Quilters collection, and these are exclusive to Sewing Street. We've done a lot of research with quilters, and these are the colours that you prefer to use. So we put a whole collection together for you. The second collection is the Essential collection. So this is for the homemakers, for the bag makers, for the craft sewers, for the dressmakers. And again, these have been proven to be the most popular colours that you're going to use. So if you want your projects to last longer and your seams to be stronger, invest in some quality thread.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Sam from Adventures in Crafting. I'm a craft and crochet teacher based in Tring in Hertfordshire. Since lockdown, I've moved all of my classes onto Zoom, so I now have customers from all over the country. I teach lots of crafts, but crochet is my specialism. I became passionate about crochet when I was pregnant with my 4th child and in desperate need of some me time. Crochet became my sanctuary and I've crocheted every day since then. I'm a qualified teacher and 8 years ago I began teaching crochet. I love sharing my passion with other people. I design patterns, sell kits and teach lots of classes. My classes range from beginners to next steps, specific makes and clubs. I also like to design crochet alongs. My most recent one was my autumn granny square crochet along, which resulted in me designing this allotment jumper, which I love to wear when I'm out gardening and looking after my chickens. My crochet tip for you is to enjoy it. Crochet should be about taking part in a hobby that brings you pleasure. My claim to fame is that I met Kirsty Allsop at the Handmade Fair and I gave her one of my crochet sunflower brooches. I'm so excited to be taking part in Yarn Lane and I hope you'll enjoy my demonstrations.
Hi, I'm Wendy Orlando and I'm a craft blogger. You can find me over at thecraftyco.com, and if you do head on over and have a peep, you will see that I'm a tutorial blogger. I do all kinds of crafts, but my passions are crochet, knitting and sewing, which I've done for over 45 years. In that time I've made lots of mistakes, but I have learnt lots of tricks and top tips that I can't wait to share. What I'd like to bring to the Sewing Street table is to show that you don't need to have gone to university or have a degree in design to be able to sew. You just need passion, a bit of courage to take the first steps, and a whole lot of patience. Oh, and an unpicker. You will need an unpicker. I do hope that you will follow me as I take my Sewing Street journey, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Jane Greenoff is in the building. Well, she's been here for hours. I don't know why I'm saying she's in the building. She's here, she's raring to go. But before we start with all the sewing, normally I would have everything on the table here and tell you what we've got for sale, wouldn't I? But basically, we all need to be with Jane. So what I'm going to do is show you where it all is on the website because people are already ordering and you can now order. So go to the website, www.sewingstreet. Has it got TV off it? .com. Anyway, you click. Oh, okay, sewingstreet.com. You literally click on Watch the Show Live. Then you go scroll down the page, right? Then in today's show deals, everything that Jane has brought with her today, including things that are in the next hour, are all on there. Now I need to warn you that the robins, which you're going to see in this hour, are selling really, really, really fast. And there's one thing that you're all asking, keep going, look there, right? The Sewing Street special Christmas pack, right? We're going to start with it because there's no picture, because none of you know what it is, and lots of people saying, "Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it?" But before I go any further, a few people have messaged in. Tim, you're the only one I remember. It's not £1 P&P. When that box comes up down there, if you read it carefully, it says 1 P&P for the whole day, right? 1 P&P for the whole day. It doesn't say £1. You'll see it. I'll point it out when it comes up in a minute. It says 1 P&P. But if you buy from us and you buy from Yarn Lane later, that's all included in the 1 P&P. So if you've already bought the early bird, or if you've already bought something from me, that's your P&P done until midnight tonight. Then after midnight tonight, you start a new one. So if you're watching at 10 minutes past midnight, you're in tomorrow's P&P, not today's P&P. All right, so let's start. First of all, I would give you a lovely big juicy hug, but I'm not allowed to.
But we're not allowed to,
No,
are we?
not
I'm
at all.
waving.
Waving.
Yes.
So how are you, first of all?
Well now.
Well
I think,
now. You've not
yes.
been well then?
No, I'm afraid the family's had the COVID. So it's been a bit, yes, we had a difficult weekend. My son and his wife and my daughter.
Not this weekend.
No, way back
yeah.
now, way back now. Excuse me a minute, everybody. I've got a leaky eye.
She's just
I
very
tell you,
emotional to see me.
everything's broken today. I've got a funny hip.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yes.
so we have all got better, but my husband did actually have to go into hospital.
So you were in your family bubble.
Yes.
You had a family lunch for your husband's birthday.
Over
a month ago.
6 of us had did the rule of 6.
Yeah.
And had a sausage fest, actually, all sorts of sausages.
Okay, fine.
And because that's what he likes.
Yeah.
And by Tuesday, we were all in our beds.
But hubby came off worse.
But my daughter had a secondary chest infection and was quite poorly, but he's working from home. And when you think we got this from Wootton-under-Edge, probably, in Gloucestershire, where there isn't any COVID.
I was saying that this morning in my little village. It's
Crazy.
Like we're all being incredibly safe. You can't come in the pop-in without a mask on or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we're living our life, in our little village bubble and everything. We're not like, it's not like London where you kind of think you're going to walk, but it's or other big cities or anything. But
it's it caught us somewhat unawares. So Bill had to go into hospital for 2 nights. And that was, it's the business that you get there, and then he was taken away for 4 hours before I knew what was happening.
Yes, exactly.
And that was a bit nerve-wracking.
The only positive thing to take from it, not from Bill being ill, is if you look at it's 99.98 survivor rate. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's even though it's vile and horrible, and I don't want to get all political about it or anything like that.
No.
If you're having your mindset, okay, so not everybody will be fine, but 99.98% of people go through it and come out the other end.
Absolutely. And I mean, Bill didn't need oxygen, he did need antibiotics, and he's so thrilled with his weight loss, the swine. Unfortunately, I don't appear to have lost any, but I expect that's the drink.
We'll send him our love.
I will, of course I will. Perfect. I expect he's at home watching now.
Oh, good, because I've met him at last. After all these years, I finally met him. Hannah's waving at him. Anna's waving at him now like that.
We're all waving.
Right, okay.
We're all waving, darling. Yes,
Can you show us the first thing, because there's no picture on the website.
I'm going to undo this.
Exclusive.
So let me just grab it here and give you lots of room. Basically, the girls at the office have put this together. Look, goosebumps.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Christmas fabrics. We thought that if you wanted to make some bits and pieces, so it started off that it was going to be just the fabric.
Right.
And I'll talk about that in a minute. Then we decided you might like some pretty scissors, which after all could be a stocking filler for someone else.
Hang on, so all of this that you've got in that bag is $12.99, including the scissors?
And the gold needle.
Oh. Okay.
And, da-da! And herself has just drawn some things for you to stitch.
How brilliant.
The idea is that you use your stash of threads, and I know you've all got them because cross stitchers are naturally the meanest people on earth. We all save the little ends.
But also, you always put too much in your kit anyway, don't you?
Hopefully, there's always stuff left.
Yeah.
So I've drawn some little patterns here,
right?
Which you could stitch on the fabric.
Right.
So basically, you've got now these are all Ada fabrics. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I will explain. Ada fabrics are woven in 4s and in each direction, so you get a very definite square. Now, if I look at the red one, because actually that's probably the easiest one for you to see, you'll see when you look at the material that it's obviously made of squares.
Can we get in closer, Paula? Is that possible? Paula?
Paula?
Is it possible to get
Sorry,
in closer?
Paula.
Thank you.
Yes, so you can see that this is actually made of squares.
Yes.
So all of these fabrics are Ada.
Yeah.
You've obviously got a dark green, a
I just need
sage
to
green.
interrupt you. You know
Go
how
on.
many you've made? There's only 10 left.
Oh, good grief.
So hurry up, talk us.
Sorry. Well, be quick.
Yes.
All right. So that's what it is. It's for you to make tree decorations or advent calendars or whatever you fancy.
Okay, so you get the green, like the fur green,
You get
the
this
bright red.
There's a sort of what I call a Jacobean green and a rather an old colour. And then this one has actually got the lurex in it, gold lurex.
So it's Ada, but with lurex in it.
Yes.
Oh, how lovely.
It is pretty. It is pretty. And I mean, if you can imagine, let me show you the sort of size. You've got a chunk.
Yes.
They're chunks.
Each of them the same size.
Let's have a look and see, because then I won't make any ghastly mistakes.
Okay.
This one is a much finer one.
Right.
So you'll get, you know, these little designs I've done will be smaller because there's more squares to the inch.
Because you're counting the whole, not the threads on Ada.
Yes.
Is that right?
You're counting the boxes.
The
I want you
boxes,
to
yeah.
count the boxes. And then let's see what this one's like.
That one looks much
See,
bigger.
I think
doesn't it?
this is a great big piece, look.
Yeah.
And you can see, I always go on about this, I know, but I just feel it's important. This is made by Zweigart and Zawitsky. You can tell that because it's got the orange on the selvage. They make the finest embroidery fabrics in the world.
Now, where was I recently?
Oh, you don't
Oh,
know.
sold out. We were going to
Oh.
do stitching and everything.
Sorry, everybody.
I was somewhere and
Yes.
and I saw a piece of Ada with the
With
and
who?
I was like, oh, this is Zweigart. This is and I like all started the whole spiel off. I wasn't at work. I was at someone's house or something like that. Right. Okay. So
So the
that's all
bundle's
sold out.
gone. So that's a shame, but brilliant, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's a smashing thing. And there's time, you know, with lockdown and all the other rhubarb that we're going on with, there's time to stitch and a little bit of slow stitching. Well, actually, this isn't slow stitching. You can see that bow there.
Yeah.
It's only 2 colours, so, you know. And, of course, you can use all your own colours.
Yes, of
and
course,
you
of
don't
course.
have to do what I did. Right, well, I'm going to move that
Yeah,
over
put
there.
that on the side table.
What can I
Should we go
ask
to
you to-
Robin next
Oh.
then? Yes,
Here
the
he
Robin
is.
next, please.
Now, this started off as a pincushion.
Okay, before we start talking about it, can you just bring the 2 kits in?
Yeah.
So we just get the graphics in. So
I
we
tell
can
you what,
start
if
by-
I give you, I've opened one of them, so I can show you,
Right,
and then
okay.
it'll make sense. So
Which one are you opening? Is it the
I'm
Ada
opening
or
the
Lily?
Ada. The Ada.
The Ada, please.
Yep. Okay, so you just have to see this chart.
Right.
Look at this. Is this just not the most amazing?
Can
I
you
mean-
take it to your right a little bit? And I need to warn you, it's about to sell out.
There you are. Isn't it sweet? And isn't the chart lovely?
Is it one of yours?
Yes. And I mean, I drew this on my computer. And the other thing is you get there's a black and white one as well, look. Some people prefer, I mean, I like working with these because I will colour my threads in when I stitch.
Right.
You know, to show where I've got to. If I was doing the green on here, I would just use a pencil.
And just colour.
So, but that's also very nice to see, but it's possibly harder to tell which colour's which.
Yes,
anyway,
exactly.
you get both, so it doesn't matter.
So what's the holly bit for over here? On the other side of that sheet? No, on that piece of paper. Oh, on the back.
There's a little, yes,
Yeah.
and it's just stuffed with some polyester wadding.
Okay, so hang
but
on. So it
anything.
starts off life as a what?
It started off just as a little pincushion,
Okay.
and then when I did it, I thought, well, that's actually a shame because that'll look ever so pretty on the tree.
Oh, well, it will now because it's sold out. So, but hang on, we've got it in
Linen.
linen as
Hang
well.
on.
haven't
Yes, here we go. So this is the Ada version. So is the Ada gone?
we? The Ada's sold, hasn't it? And then,
Right.
oh,
So-
linen, no, don't open linen. Linen's just sold out.
Okay.
But can you talk us through the whole, for the people who have bought it, just
course.
talk us through what they've bought.
Of course. Let me just explain then. First of all, just for those of you who aren't really sure what I'm talking about, let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Right, cross stitch this is counted, which means that there isn't any printing on here. They're blank. Whether it's on the Ada or the linen, it's blank. And what you're going to do is you're counting the number of stitches in that colour and you're working those stitches in that colour and transferring one to the other.
Okay, if I've never done it before, where do I start?
Right. In here, you get a great big sheet, look. These are this is perfected over 30-something years. Here's all the basic instructions, but what you would do, if I take the Ada version, I'd fold that into 4, like so. And I mean, just finger press this. If it was a big piece of fabric, I'd do it up with the iron. And then you go to your chart, whether you use the black and white one or the colour, go to the middle of the chart. So in fact, you'd work the top of the robin about there.
But you count, so you count the
From the
squares
middle
on your, from
chart.
the middle, so you find the middle one on
Yes.
your chart, find the middle
Middle
of your
in
linen,
here.
and then you go, right, the first stitch is 3 in that direction, and set
Exactly.
yourself off that
The
way.
reason for that is that if you look at the picture and look at the robin, the chart is bigger
Right.
than the actual thing. So you want to get it in the right place so that you have enough to make him up.
Of course, yes.
Otherwise, you don't, or frame him
Fall-
or put him in a
fall
box
off
or
the
whatever.
edge,
Yeah,
exactly.
he falls off the edge.
And will he be a different size in the Ada than he will
No.
be in the linen?
No, because this is actually linen Ada, just to confuse everybody.
Oh, okay.
But that just means it's made of the stuff called flax.
Right.
It's got a very nice old-fashioned look to
Looks
it.
lovely from here, yeah.
Yes, so they will be the same size, because if you work it on the linen, you'll work over 2 fabric threads, and if you work it on the Ada, you work over 1 box.
Okay.
So it will be the same. It doesn't mean if you go to the Ada version that it's a bit clumpy and a bit juvenile looking.
Okay, so once you've got that pattern,
Yes.
that chart,
Yes.
if you've got Ada or linen at home and threads, you can keep, it's not a one-off wonder,
no,
is it?
No. The whole point of these, keep the charts, because you will find they're useful. The robin would just make a very pretty Christmas card. You can obviously use the little holly I've done here. That would be very pretty on a Christmas card. And those of you who got the fabric bundle, you could make him any number of times, couldn't
Exactly.
you?
Now, because I don't want to confuse the matter, but there are different size linens and different
Yes.
size Adas, aren't there?
There are.
So if you use a different, so maybe in your stash you haven't got the same linen
Yes.
as Ada as that, then it'll come up a different size.
Now, for instance, if we went back to the fabric bundle
Yeah.
and we chose the very fine version, let me just pull one out.
Yeah.
So if I, for instance, decided I was going to do the robin on here, he'd be smaller because there are more squares to the inch.
Right.
So it's finer.
But then if you go in the opposite way,
ditto.
he'll be bigger, wouldn't
Yes.
If you buy that Ada that's bigger, then
Yes.
your robin's going to be much bigger.
Yes. I mean, if you think of knitting with 2-ply,
Oh,
and
you've
then,
lost me
sorry,
already.
well,
Yeah.
I don't knit, all
Okay.
right? I have knitted once. I completed a jumper when I had my son, who's nearly 40.
Okay.
That gives you a clue as to how long ago it was. I don't knit, but if you were knitting with fine wool, you'd get a fine piece of knitting. And if you were knitting with a big, thick Aran, it would be chunky.
Of course.
Same principle,
Perfect.
really.
All right, now if you pop that to one side, we're going to go on to the New Cross Stitchers Bible next.
Right.
Which I think has been written by a friend of yours, hasn't it?
Yes, me.
Yeah.
Do you know, we had photography yesterday at Pink's Barn,
Oh, yes.
doing magazines for the Guild, you know. I mean, obviously, quite challenging with the current situation. But fortunately, my son is a photographer,
Oh, that's handy.
and he's one person
You've
following
left something on the table. Just
trade. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, so I had a pile of books out because I wanted to stand, and I had 9 different versions of this in different languages.
Oh, wow.
Well, I can't use anyone's books in a photograph because obviously there's rules.
Of course, yes.
So
yes,
I thought,
yes.
well, I can use mine.
Yeah, of course you
And
can.
we wanted a stack. And so I had Hungarian,
Uh-huh.
Chinese,
Uh-huh.
French, and so on and so on.
Yeah, now don't worry, you won't get randomly a Hungarian
No,
one or
you
a
won't.
Chinese one.
No.
You will get the one that Jane's got here.
Yes.
So just tell us,
How
it's
it
called the New Cross Stitch Bible, but...
Because there was another one.
Okay,
So I did the first one in 2000,
right.
and it was very, very successful. And the publishers asked me to update it, which I did. And so this is a book that goes from, if you like, the beginning. And I'm going to just open it up to show you. They're obviously signed by herself. So
Are they really signed by you? It was built on them?
no, I promise you, I do. Somebody actually said, here, someone's written in this one.
Oh, no!
Yeah, there's my signature. Look, you can see
Oh, the
proof,
real, yeah, the
real
printed,
thing.
there's the real
Yes.
one. Okay, so tell us what's in the book.
So the point of the book is that it's going to explain to you, like I have just done, about charts. They can be colour or they can be black and white. So it's very, starting off in the beginning, just considering all, putting your threads on a card, like I've done with the little robin here. And then it will go through, it shows here, this is a very good example actually. This shows you, if you stitch this design on Ada or linen,
Oh, okay.
they're exactly the same size, if you've got the right size fabric.
Yes, there they
So,
are.
so
Oh,
if,
yeah,
you're,
lovely.
if you're learning, and the book goes on through, it was quite a difficult thing when they wanted to call it the Cross Stitcher's Bible. You're rather exposing yourself to, what you forget to
Yes,
put in.
yes.
And I thought it was important for people to understand that when you go and buy threads, sometimes they're in skeins, and sometimes you'll find them in bobbins and so on. And if you're nervous and you go into an embroidery shop, it can be a bit
Daunting.
bothering.
Yes,
daunting,
yes.
exactly. So I wanted to show that there's such an enormous variety.
Can you just move it just across to your right a little bit,
There
Jane?
we go.
Thank you. Sorry, thank you.
No, that's fine. So there's lots of patterns in the book.
I was going to say, because does it tell you about actual stitching? That's all
Actual
very
stitching,
interesting about
yes.
what everything is. But
Yes, how to do it.
Yes.
And then there's a whole section, there's even sections on hardanger, which we're going to talk about in
Yeah.
a minute. What else have we got? Let's have a look. There's how to do the hem stitching. And then at the back, you've got all the charts.
Oh, so there are lots of charts in there as well.
And an amazing stitch library. This is I've mentioned Ethan Danielson to you all before, I know. He has been the designer for the Cross Stitch Guild now for 27 or 28 years. And he draws them as they actually are made. So if you look at the stitch, you can exactly follow what's necessary
Yes,
to do.
exactly.
So it has a stitch.
And he's not a cross stitcher and embroiderer, is he?
Now, do you know what he has spent time doing recently? Redrawing Grey's Anatomy.
You
I
see,
mean,
that's hearts and livers and things like that.
Pancreas. But yes, he's a very talented man, very talented. So he's done all the charts and all the diagrams for us.
So you show him what it is, and then
Yes,
he
yes.
does it into a
Yes,
simplified drawing.
if I've come up with, I did come up with a new stitch on one occasion. So I did it in 4 or 5 stages on a piece of fabric, and then took a close-up and then he was able to translate that
Yes.
and number it, so
And
you
then
could
you
follow
check
it.
it to make
And
sure
then-
that-
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
Do you ever give them to people who've never ever done it to see if well, obviously it's pictures.
It has happened. When we first did the Cross Stitcher's Bible in 2000, Sue Hawkins, who's a very talented embroiderist, she was the technical director of the Guild at that time, and she sat there with the number diagrams and did every one to check that it was absolutely on the
Because if
button.
you're a dressmaker and you draw a pattern, you send it out
To someone else.
to test and to say, and they go, oh, you've missed, because when it's your own project,
You know it's what to do.
you know what to do. Yeah, exactly. You might just miss out something that somebody who doesn't know
know
what to do.
Absolutely. And in fact, yes, I mean, we do try very hard to make the stitches work. And with the other books that I've done, again, Ethan's done all the diagrams for
Which we'll
me.
come to in a little
Yes,
while,
yes,
because
so-
the other thing that's selling very fast today are the needles. So
Right.
could you go on to the needle sets for me?
Certainly.
There's 2 different versions, aren't there?
There are 2 different versions and another little something which you've never seen before.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So there's a version with the scissors, which
Right.
I'm holding now.
So we'll start with, we're just showing you both to start with. So if you're a beginner or you know somebody who's a beginner, we suggest the scissor version.
That's an ideal gift.
Yeah.
Wonderful
And then
stocking
the
filler.
other one is for somebody who, so just move the one with lots of needles out of the way to start with.
So start like that.
Start with that and we'll talk
Okay.
about this one first, thank you.
So the gold-plated needles are John James nickel needles, which we have gold-plated.
And why, for somebody who has never done cross stitch before, why are they gold plated?
Well, it started way back now when my daughter was 5 months old and she's 32. We were in America and I was introduced to a gold-plated needle and frankly thought it was bunkum, really. And was in fact given 2 sorts to try in a lovely shop called Nantucket in Orange County, California. And the lady gave me the needles to try because I was very dismissive.
Yes.
And of course went back the next day to find out more because I only use gold-plated. I haven't used a nickel-plated needle for years. It slides through the fabric beautifully. If you're making any of the sort of knotted stitches like French knots, colonial knots, bullion knots, they slide off perfectly. I tend to have quite an acid. I can make nickel needles go quite black.
Oh,
quite
okay.
nasty.
And that's caused from natural
Just
acid, is it,
natural.
from the body?
And so I find this is much better because I don't distort them. And I also will work with a number of needles in my project. So if I was, for instance, working round the border, I might have the 2 greens and the pink and the yellow or something going along.
All going at the same time?
All going at the same time and bringing them down. And of course, these won't mark your fabric. And they're a luxury. They are a luxury. I know they're a luxury. They're ballpoint, so they're not sharp.
Right.
Because with counted cross stitch, we are parting the threads or boxes rather than piercing the fabric. Whereas if you do surface embroidery with fine linen, obviously you're making holes.
You're piercing. Well, it's like sewing with your machine, isn't it? It's
exactly,
between the sewing machine or a ballpoint machine. On your machine,
so we thought we call this the cross stitch essential range because it's a good pair of scissors, and you've got 26s and 24s, which is what I would suggest you would use on any of the things we've talked about today.
They're the sizes of the needles, are they?
Sizes of the needles. The higher the needle number, the finer.
Right.
So a 24 and a 26 is what I would suggest you had.
Right.
I use a 28 when I'm doing backstitch or working with just one thread. And I use a 22 when I'm going to do hardhanger, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So that's the essential
Okay, yeah, because now more than half the stock of those has gone already. Bring the other.
Very nice sort of thing.
And lovely as a gift. I do 14,
and then this is some time we've done this particular set.
Yeah.
The only change we've made in the last 9 years, I think, is I added the curly one.
Right.
So I'll talk about that in a second. So this is, we call it the Pluperfect set because it's almost more than perfect.
Right.
And the idea is you're going to get a beading needle.
Right, which is sharp.
Which is sharp.
Yeah.
You're getting an embroidery needle that is also sharp. Now that would be for, I'm just trying to think of an obvious example, making something up. When you want to finish a project.
So when you not the actual cross stitching, it's when you're constructing it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you were lining something with soft felt or making needle books and needing to put the felt in, you'd want a sharp. Now the curly one is in there because many of you I know bought the greenhouse box last time I was on air, and others, where you're making up a box round card.
Yeah, because we used to do a box that was like a treasure chest. I can't remember which one that was. But
Exactly.
it was like a treasure chest, wasn't
it? We did a treasure chest, and again, so the curly one is quite useful for making up boxes.
Well, that's like an upholstery needle, isn't it? When you're going on difficult bits on a chair and things like that.
Then you've got a 22, which is the one I'm using here for doing hardhanger embroidery.
Right.
And the rest are 24s.
We'll show you that. We'll show you the hardhanger in a minute, because we're going to do hardhanger in a second.
Yes. So the rest of them are cross-stitch needles. So in other words, 26, 24 and 28.
Right.
So it is a smashing set. And I mean, as I said, it must be 9 years that we've been doing this collection. I know it's a considered purchase, but you never go
it's
back.
$15.99.
Well, yes.
I mean, I think for the amount of needles you've got there. Now, also, what's the life expectancy of one of those needles?
Well, now this is interesting because I don't know the answer. Now, we maintain that if you can prove you bought them from us, we'll replace them if you take the gold off. Now, Sue Hawkins, who I've mentioned before, works in canvas.
Right.
Using 6 strands of stranded cotton for her embroideries. Mm-hmm. She reckons she can strip one of those in 6 months.
Right.
And she is using it constantly.
Constantly, yeah.
Now, I haven't stripped a gold-plated needle for years. I haven't.
And you're doing it all the time?
Yeah. Every day of my life I'm stitching. Well, I think most days. Yes. I might not stitch today.
Having got up at 4 o'clock. But also, you're so confident of the quality of your needles, aren't you?
Yes.
Does this still stand? I'm going to make an announcement out. I'm not hoping it's going to. If there's something wrong with it, you will replace it. Because if you got proof when you bought it and things like that, and the gold comes off, because it shouldn't.
I mean, they shouldn't. When we first introduced the gold-plated needles all those years ago, 8 years ago, it wasn't long before bigger manufacturers appeared on the scene with gold-plated needles.
Yes.
And you can certainly buy much cheaper ones.
Yes.
But they're just shown the gold. You know, it's very... Mine, I have followed a batch of needles through the process in Coventry with my husband. We've actually watched them do it. And then in every batch, they're done in sizes, obviously, so say 24s or whatever.
Yeah.
They put in a little machine. It looks a bit like a sort of small laser printer, really. and it's not an X-ray machine, but it measures the gold
Oh, okay.
on the things.
Yes.
So they always keep a few, so that if I have a batch that was wrong, which has never happened yet,
Touch wood,
I'm
it's wood,
touching
it's fine.
wood, I'm touching wood. If I had a batch that was wrong, they could go back to the file and see why. Now with the 28s, which are very tiny, if you force lots of thread through, you'll break the eye.
Yes.
So use your common sense.
Yes, exactly. So
That's
that you're
why
not
it's a
going to
tiny
be, if
one.
somebody breaks it through pure
Being
willfulness,
silly,
then they're not.
they
Yes,
get a
then they're not
smack.
good.
You get a
But
smack.
how often do you do a 4-thread? How often do you use a 4-thread?
Well, if I was using 4 threads, rarely. On canvas I might,
Yes.
but I'd use the size 22.
Yes.
And it would be
So
no
just
problem.
use your
Just use
noggin,
your
as they
noggin,
say.
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
Right. I just need to point out the sticky labels inside the lids are there for a reason. They're not there to remind Jane. Yours will have those sticky.
Oh yes, yes. It says here exactly what's in your box, starting at the front.
just turn it around so
Sorry,
Paul can see.
starting
That's
at
it.
the front, and so you can identify them.
Yes. People were just asking why yours had sticky labels on, but there's like.
And it's quite interesting. If I just grab the stitch book for a second,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is appertaining to nothing at all, I just want to show you something. I know it's here. Bear with me.
We'll put the stitch book graphics in briefly, but we're going to go on to the magnetic
Yes.
one next.
But if at some point, if you get them in a muddle, these are life-size drawings of the needles.
It's upside down. Turn it around for me.
I
No,
do it
don't
every
worry,
time.
don't worry. I do it all the time.
So these are the needles, life-size. So
Hold
you
it
can
there.
actually check. You can put your needle on top and work out which is which, if you get them in a terrible muddle. All right?
Perfect.
Right. I'll move that out of the way. What am I doing next?
Magnetic, brand new magnetic. thing,
Yes.
please.
Now, I have to tell you, yes, I have. Now, there's proof positive. There's mine,
Oh, okay.
right, which is now very, very scratched. I must have had it for years. I've got a selection of needles in it. This started life, this one, as a subscription, I can't even say the word, subscription gift if you join the Cross Stitch Guild,
Right.
way back.
Yeah.
And they were incredibly popular because you can just pop those in your bag and you know.
So it's like a credit card
Yes.
holder size.
Yes.
But inside
They-
is magnetic.
This is a magnet,
Right. Okay.
and they clip shut.
Just show the front for me, Jane. There you go.
It's got the Guild logo on it. Look, isn't it smashing? Now I cannot tell you how many of those we've sold.
Okay. For anyone who's just new watching today,
Yes.
what is the Cross Stitch Guild?
Right. So
Just very quickly.
Very quickly, the Cross Stitch Guild is effectively a mail order organisation, specifically so at the moment because obviously we can't have any events.
Yes.
We would have had 3 weekends of stitching that you could have come to, but that isn't happening. You get 5 magazines a year if you're a member. Obviously, you can shop on the Cross Stitch Guild website. You get your discounts, and you get the magazines are smashing. Hence, photography yesterday.
Of course.
The next 3 issues of the magazine are going to have a part work, which is going to be a band sampler that's going to grow over the.
So what
issues.
relation are they to you, or what relation are you to the
them.
Cross Stitch Guild?
Well, I started it. It's 25 years ago next year on March the 16th.
Party?
I hope so.
Oh
If
yeah,
we're
you won't
allowed
throw
one.
it. They'll be throwing it. won't they?
Yes, that's right. So I started it 25 years ago next March, and I parted company. Well, sort of parted company. I'm ticking on a bit now, and I was running out of hours. I was late by 9 o'clock in the morning, And a marvellous girl called Andrea Thompson took over the management and the running of the Cross Stitch Guild,
Right.
which is now based in Warrington. But I mean, everything comes to you by post, as I said. But as it happens, I'm remaining the design director, which means
so
I'm
basically
designing
you don't
everything.
do the running,
I
the
don't-
everyday
I don't
running
make
of it. You
hits
still
up
create
anymore.
for them. Yeah.
I don't answer the phone at midnight for
Yeah.
people in Turkey who've run out of something or need a new whatever.
Yes.
No, so I'm designing at home. So I've got the best bit really.
Yeah, of course.
Which has been lovely. I can't pretend it hasn't. I've got there's so many designs in my head. I don't know what I would have done if Andrew had sacked me.
Yeah.
I don't know where they'd go. I think I'd just
Yeah.
pop.
Yes. Or you'd have a pile of them at home.
Yes,
going
yes,
nowhere.
exactly.
Oh.
I just
So
don't
hang
know.
on, how much is that? That was $9.99.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Lovely little gift. Like a lovely
It's a
little Christmas
smashing
gift.
present. I mean, we didn't have any, and then we managed to get some made. If I can open
If you can open it.
There you go. And it comes with 2 little gold needles in it.
Oh, it has 2 needles in it
Yes,
as well?
yes. I mean, they are absolutely smashing. I have now probably got 6 left of mine from the original batch. And I have certain sizes in them on my desk, just so that I keep track of what's going on, actually.
Okay, so are we going to Hardanger next, you say, Hannah? Oh, the Watt bows.
Right, let's look at those.
Do the 2 Watt bows first.
If I just reach these and tell you about them.
There's the picture of them there while Jane gets them out.
Okay. Oh, and then we tangle up.
Now, these come as a kit, don't they?
Yes, these are going to be a kit. Now, if I get the right one.
Which one are you starting with? Flurry?
So this is Snowflake.
Oh, Snowflake first, Hannah, sorry.
Sorry, there you are, Hannah. I have to tell you a little secret in a minute. You'll be quite shocked. Well, I hope you'll be shocked.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so...
Tell me when to react then, if I'm shocked.
Okay, these are full of rice.
Is that what I'm shocked about?
No, no. Dry rice. Okay.
Hannah was all shocked in the gallery.
Oh, fine, okay. We did have one lady ring us up and ask us how we got the rice dry.
How did you get the rice dry?
And of course you use raw rice.
Oh, not wet rice?
Not wet rice. So that was a bit disconcerting.
Is that the shock?
No.
Oh!
So when I'm making these up, having not really thought it through properly, I've got a bowl of rice on the table.
Dry rice?
Yes, just out of the packet.
Yeah.
Long basmati actually,
Oh, okay.
because I happen to have that in the house. And I'm stood there filling this, and it's all coming out of the holes.
Oh no!
Stupid woman.
I would never say that.
Actually, I won't say stupid woman, I'll say dappy mare.
Yes.
Yes, I can't believe I didn't just think this through. I actually stood there going,
why is the rice full?
I'm going to have to use a lining. So they have this coloured lining, which you can see poking through. Each one is slightly different. And it's actually the most amazing... Well, I'll show you. Just a minute. Where is it?
Snowflake.
Here we go. I've got one open. It's this beautiful wool felt look.
Oh, wow.
Is what you stuff in.
Yes. Because from here it looks like a printed cotton.
Yes, well, this is pure wool felt. These are hand dyed for us for various different things. And so we use the smaller pieces to line these.
Will they be the 3 colours people get? It's not with those random
I don't
things,
know. I think no, because look, that's got a pink.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
they vary.
I'd just like to say, in case people ring up going, I didn't get the purple in mine.
No,
so they might be random colours.
Yes, they vary. So this is a watt bow shape.
Right.
These are full of rice to make them heavy. So that sits on your desk.
And your scissors don't fall off.
And you don't
so tell
lose
us what comes in the kit, because I can see a pair of scissors from here.
So this is this one.
That Snowflake you've got there.
This is, let's have a look. This is Snowflake. So you've got basic instructions, as always.
Okay.
Which I've mentioned before.
Yeah.
This is what is a watt bow.
Yes.
And it's about the shape, the 3 sides. And then this here is the instructions for the Hardanger.
Right.
And I want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Now, you and I have had fun with Hardanger, haven't we? Because
yes, exactly. What's that cardboard for?
This is if you wanted to sort out your threads. It's got the emergency phone number, the website.
Which isn't your number.
Which isn't my number. And you can sort your threads onto the card if you want to. Not essential, but an option. You've got the piece of linen. 2 gold needles.
Right.
Which
Is
I
that
think's
enough linen to do the whole
amazing.
watt bow?
That's Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes,
oh,
absolutely.
Yes, oh, yeah.
Yes,
Am I shocked yet, by the way?
No. Yes, that was the hot. Little pair of scissors, and there's the chart in how to do it. All the instructions are here. And that's how you make it.
Okay, so that one's the Snowflake. Before you do any stitching or any demonstration, let's just see the other one, which is Snow Flurry.
Yes,
is it
so
called?
that's Snowflake.
And what's the difference between Snowflake and Snow Flurry?
Only that when I was making them, I wanted to put different filling stitches.
Okay, let's have a look. So this is
this is
Snow Flurry that you've got in your hand at the moment.
This is Flake.
Oh, Flake, sorry.
This is Flake, and this one's Flurry.
Right.
Don't ask me why, because I don't know.
Okay. So the Flake is the one that you've got in your right hand now, and then the Flurry is just a different
slightly plainer.
chopping outy bit.
Yes, it's different choppy outy bit, exactly.
Okay, just put that into, hold it forward so Paul can just get a close up of that one.
How's that?
Hang on a sec, Hannah. Just there. Go on the website. What? Oh, okay. On the website, you'll be a bit confused because on the snow flurry one, for some reason, they put a picture of the snowflake and the snow flurry. You only get the snowflake if you buy the snowflake, and you only get the flurry if you buy the flurry.
Yes, it's one of them. You don't get them both.
Yeah, perfect.
And the snowflake is the one with that circular thing in the middle, if you weren't sure.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Right.
Okay. So the same thing applies. This is the same.
Okay. Are they both on linen?
They're both on linen. They have to be on linen.
Okay.
Because you can do it. I've seen it done. It's not very successful on Ada.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to just show a little bit.
No,
now,
we want you to, yes. We've done no stitching yet.
Right, here we go then. I'm going to put the glasses on. Now what I've been doing here is working a simple shape to explain this to you. Now we're going to talk about my little Hardanger book in a minute.
Yes, we are.
Which will remind you all about these stitches. But if we look at this, Hardanger embroidery is made up of boxes like this.
Right, I'm just going to ask you a second. Can you just push it slightly forward? Because what happens is, because the camera's not in the right place yet, we keep getting the top of your head, that's all.
Fine. Okay, so how's
that's
something
perfect,
like that?
that's perfect.
All right, so each one of these boxes is worked at right angles from each other.
Right.
And you know when you make a mistake with a little piece of stitching and you've got a little border and you get to the end of the border and there's a little wobble where you think, oh, I've miscounted. In cross stitch you could put your initial in there and nobody'd know. You can't do that with Hardanger. With Hardanger, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut the fabric threads to make a lacy hole.
Right.
So you must have it matching. So what I've done is I've sat and stitched these boxes.
Hang on, we just go on to that. Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. No, it's all right. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I come up the other side, I'm checking that I'm matching.
Yeah.
So horizontal, opposite horizontal, vertical, opposite vertical.
Yeah.
And I'm going to grab the little book because...
And the whole thing is complete. You've completed a whole circuit and there's no gaps in between the stitching.
That's exactly right. So if you looked at this, this is just a larger version of this. You can see these boxes are worked and opposites.
Oh yeah, much bigger, yes.
You can see what I'm... Right.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is when you get back to the end, because I started with my knot on the front, just tucked over there, and I worked this one and then went round. And I just got back. I did check this matched before I came out of the green room in case it didn't. Can you see? So I know that this is stitched correctly because I ended up in exactly the correct hole.
Yes, so if you come back round and you're not...
You've got to unpick it.
Somewhere wrong, someone's gone wrong.
It's not, you can't get away with it like you can with some things.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting we get away with things. But you know,
But
if you've done a 5-colour border and you get to the far end and actually you are 2 threads out, finding that error might be, it might be worth putting your initial in there.
Yes.
Or the date.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting that's the sort of thing
But you can't on Hardanger.
But you can't on Hardanger. So I'm just going to show you the back now because this is relevant. So that's what the little shape is on there. And if we turn it over, you'll see that it's the same on the back, except there's a slight slope.
What we might, next time you come in, and I take this the wrong way, can you do the Hardanger stitch in a different colour? I know we always do it in green, but Paul's camera's going, I can't see, it's not anyone's fault, but Paul's camera is going, that's background, that's thread, ooh.
Yes. What I'll do is I'll bring some in a bright colour.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'm just going to finish this off under the stitches. So obviously when you're working the snow flurry or the snowflake, it's white on white, but you might well want to do it on a different... let me just grab my scissors.
Julie says, hello Jane,
Hi.
I was in the Cross Stitch Guild way back when. I've still got my CSG badge.
Wow.
I did a lovely course with you in a hotel in Leeds when my boys were little, and they're now 26 and 27.
We use the hotel weekends we run. historically have been worked with the Hilton.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of their hotels are business venues, and of course they're empty at weekends.
Of course, yeah.
So we couldn't ever go to Warwick or Bath because they have tourists.
Yes.
But Leeds City, they have hen nights,
Yes.
and us.
Same thing, really.
Well, actually, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just show you, just quickly, I'm going to cut some
Right.
of this hardanger just so you can see what happens. So I'm going in the corner here, and I'm going to pick up 2 threads, and I'm going to make sure I can see the underneath point of the scissor,
Yeah.
like so, and ditto again. Whoops. This will make sense in a minute, I promise. Now if I cut the other end of that, so I wouldn't suggest to anybody to do the first counted project they've ever done to be hardanger,
No.
but there's no reason why you wouldn't tackle any of the other things that I've shown
But
you
also,
today.
don't go, if you've never done it before, don't go straight into the project. Get a piece
No.
of spare linen.
Yes,
and
have
practice,
a go,
practice,
have a
practice.
practice,
Yeah.
have a practice. Right, so I'm just going to pull out those threads and then you'll see what's happening. Which way did I do it? Let's, probably that way would be better then, silly. There we go. So you can see that we've cut both ends of the same thread, which is why they have to be in line.
Yeah.
Yes? So that's just how hardanger is created.
Yeah.
In the kits for the flurry, it explains that. It shows you in close-up photographs how to do it. And I put in watch points, you know, just check here, run your needle across, see you're lining up properly. And obviously, if you get into hardanger, which I love, I mean, I think it looks so clever.
So in the snow flurry and the snowflake,
Yes.
in the instructions it tells you to do the decorations within the window panes that one has got the design for.
Yes, you see, this
Yeah,
way.
no, sorry.
If you look at this is showing me cutting 2
Yeah.
and taking out the whiskers.
Perfect. That's exactly what you've just done.
Exactly what
Yeah.
I've just done.
And then
and
what's in the middle of the squares?
All those stitches are added after you've done the cutting. Now, in your kit, you get a thick version and a thin version of perlé. That's this.
Right. Are they the same colour?
They are the same
So
colour.
you need to
There's
distinguish
very
them
obviously
before you start.
which is which, but
Yeah.
you do need to decide. Yes? And then the little bit of decoration that's done in cross stitch and other stitches is done in stranded cotton.
Yeah, because
You know.
that's what I was going to ask you, because on there will be the designs for the little spider's web and
Yes.
there's a swan thingy and
Yeah.
all that. But in your book,
Yes.
which I'm just going to move on to now because I don't want to miss out, is you've got everything you need to know
Yes.
about every hardanger stitch
What
and
we
design.
did was try to make it so that it
You
was
made a right mess on that desk.
I know I am. It's a hand-holding book. The idea was that we'd start you off with a knot on the front,
Yeah,
and you make a box,
yeah.
and that's what it looks like. And ditto, and so on. And then as you work through the book, you learn all these finishing techniques. This is a piece of antique hardanger.
I
And this-
suppose your trips, because you love travelling around the
Yes,
world and
yes.
buying bits of gorgeousness, that's all had to stop, I suppose,
I know,
isn't it?
I know. I should have been in Cyprus taking a party of ladies to study the embroidery. And yes, it's challenging.
So the only way you can get a bit of Jane Greenoff at the moment is getting the book. And
Yes, getting the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're beavering away. I mean, the Cross Stitch Guild has been very busy, of course, because people are at home. And as the garden is getting less and less friendly towards you, you
Yeah.
know, I've got to get my dahlias out this weekend
Yes, you do.
after the frost, etc. obviously stitching and making things and designing stuff is just bliss.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Thank
but
heavens.
everybody's been saying because not only are we stuck at home with something to do, hand stitching and
Yes,
stitching,
yes.
more sewing machines have been sold worldwide in the
course.
last 7 months than ever
Ever.
before. Hand stitching.
Yep.
All my friends who do hand stitching kits can't keep up with the demand. Cross Stitch
Ditto.
Guild can't keep, well, they can keep up with the demand, but it's like,
It
oh my
is
goodness.
hectic. It is
But it's not
hectic.
just the sewing. I think it's the mindfulness as well, because Paul and I were saying earlier, we're normally quite positive people, but
Yes.
the
Yes.
whole, it's not just being made to stay at home with no money,
No.
it's all everything else
Everything
that
else
goes
that's
on.
going
and
on.
No hugs, no friends, no, you know.
All of those things. I think we're quite a sort of touchy-feely people, I know, and I think that the thing about mental well-being, I mean, joking apart, when my husband had a 5-hour operation for cancer 13 years ago, I sat with my back to the clock and I stitched. It kept me sane.
Oh, no, but
And when my son had an eye operation, ditto.
yes, exactly.
And I've heard so many pieces of correspondence over the years from people who say, if I hadn't had my stitching, I think I would have gone bananas.
Oh no, it's because it takes you, not that you're forgetting what's going on,
no,
but
but-
it's that concentration and love of what you're doing
Yes.
just makes it easier.
Yes.
And otherwise you'd be sitting there hitting the
Fretting.
wall or kicking a wall or just getting
Just
so
fretting,
tense. Yeah,
yes.
fretting.
Fretting all the time.
What else have we shown? There's something else we
must
haven't
just
shown.
show this one because it's so pretty.
Oh, tree ball. That's a big tree. How
It
big
is
is your
a-
tree?
This is actually Andrea designed this, and it's just charming. You need a big-ish tree,
Well, the thing is,
or hang it on a door.
You see,
I
I've got
like
a feng
doors.
shui tree
Yes.
in the corner of my living room, and it's one of those that's just big twigs
Yes, I
with
know,
lights on and
exactly.
everything. But I have all things like that. Like Hannah's, when she's been on her world travel, she's bought me like a camel and this, and then Reva made me a lovely cave facet ball to go on it. That would look lovely on it. Do you know what I mean?
So this is sort of related to a CC embroidery in a way, in that the design is empty. If I show you the Christmas tree one,
Yeah.
because obviously it's easy to decide what it is. Yes?
Hang on, we'll just come into that one.
Yeah,
There you go.
How's that?
So the tree has
It's
got no
empty.
stitching.
And then you've got these lovely little panels of different stitches. It's absolutely
And what did you
charming.
call it? What embroidery? No, as in you said this is very
Oh,
reminiscent of
a CC.
a CC.
A CC embroidery from a CC in Italy
Yeah.
is where the design is blank and the background is stitched.
Oh wow! I've not
We've
seen
had-
that before.
There will be a little bit of a CC to show you in the second hour.
Oh, perfect.
So that's perfect. So this has got different stitches, satin stitch. It's not complicated. It's and the chart. If I show
Yeah,
you,
please do.
the
Over
writing,
half the
this
stock
is
is gone. I also
Oh.
need to tell you that the magnetic little credit card
Doings
case has
is
gone. Sold out,
disappearing.
yeah, sold out.
Well, I mean, it is. It was brilliant when we first did it. You know, here we are. I'm going to show you that look for you to see. I mean, I think this is just charming. So you've got 3 pieces, which is what a bow is.
So it's sewn as one piece of fabric.
Yes.
You don't sew 3 separate.
Do you know? When I first got a bow, I was in the night market in Cambodia in
Oh,
Siem
as you
Reap,
are.
as one does, and it's half a mile of cross stitch for sale. I mean, I was gibbering wreck.
Yes, I can
gibbering
imagine.
wreck. Anyway, I actually bought a woven item, which was a bow shape. Didn't say that on it. It was just, and I can remember standing in this market going, okay, how many sides is it? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, and eventually realised it was 3.
Yeah.
Didn't have a name for it. Had a conversation with a colleague when we got home, and I said it was next to the Watbow Temple, and she went.
There you go.
And on the top of the temple there was a shape not dissimilar, so
Yeah.
that's where the name came from.
Oh, okay.
And when I did the first one, I did 3 separate squares. Because that's what I thought I had to do. It was only when I joined them all together I
you thought,
realised I didn't need to do it.
to. No, exactly. So you've got one piece and you do the 3 designs on one
Yes.
piece of linen.
Now, I'm going to see if I can show you. We've got a little bit
There
of
are
time.
only 7 left of these.
Right, I'm just going to try and show you something really
Oh, you're allowed to
quickly.
do that.
Well, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm going to do it.
I'm just going to see if I can show you. So when you make it up, you fold one under,
Right.
and then you would join that with the thread.
Yeah.
Yes?
Which is where you use your sharp needle.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And then let me fold that one under. It does tell you all how to do
Sold
this in
out.
the box.
So hold on, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Right. So I've joined there.
Yes.
Yes. Now this one goes along there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And you stitch that.
You stitch that. Let's fold these in. As I said, there is a diagram.
Yeah, so then you will get full instructions.
Absolutely.
You don't need to do it with paper.
No.
You'll get full instructions.
And actually, you know, they do. I know, you know, that it does work.
And also, it's easier when it's fabric.
Of course it
somehow.
is. This is a bit of Eve Robertson business, really. But anyway, where did I get to? So I've joined. I can't remember where I am now. Hang on. So that one is that one.
Then twist.
And then that one goes there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that one
Folds across.
will go there. It does make sense. And if I can just...
Actually, doing it with the paper, don't take this the wrong way, it looks more fiddly than it actually
it
really
is,
is in
yes.
real life.
But there's a diagram which shows you just how to make it.
Yeah. You got that? There you go, perfect.
There you go. And I've made a shambles of this desk.
You have, but while you're tidying up, because I can't tidy up for you, we've got some pictures that people have sent in of work that they've done. Here you go. So the first one is...
Oh, the cockerel, my Rhode Highland Red from Daisy's iPad. Well done, Daisy. That's
Oh, that was
first
Daisy who
class.
messaged in earlier. I wonder why it
Yes,
said forgot
well
to attach the picture.
done.
So that was last time you were
Last
on
time I was on, that was because Bill and I had rented a house in Key West.
Uh-huh.
And I came out of the door in the morning and there was a enormous Rhode Island Red.
Oh, okay.
Stood in the front path like this.
Waiting for food.
He was just giving me his best side.
Oh.
And I wondered where he'd come from. And then, of course, we discovered that they're everywhere in Key West. They were brought over by the sugar plantation people for cockfighting
in way back
many,
when.
many.
Yeah.
And so when that was outlawed, they just assumed that the cockerel and the hens would all just die away. Well, they haven't.
No, and so they live naturally.
They live
then.
naturally wild.
Oh,
and I
how
mean, you have to
fantastic.
stop. They go on zebra crossings and you have to wait. It's a criminal offence to hurt anybody, any chicken.
Let's have a look at the next picture then. This is
Oh,
James Biscornu. I've done
smashing.
in different colours. Very easy
Good
to
girl.
do. Love little gifts for
I say
Christmas.
girl.
Karen.
Karen. Well done, Karen. That's a nice pattern. I like those.
They're pretty. Are very
Aren't they
delicate,
pretty?
aren't they?
Yes, they work really well.
Fantastic. Is that it, Hannah? That's it, pictures-wise. Right, you've got to go now.
I've got to go now.
But there's loads more gorgeous stuff coming. Now, in Jane's next hour, it's not Christmassy things, it's autumn. Oh, actually, well, there's the poppy and the wheat up that's
Yes,
been on the
yes.
shelf behind. Oh, I'll show you some pictures, look. Oh, there's this little book.
Oh.
Now, that's brand new, isn't it, that
Yes,
book?
it is.
Brand spanking new
And
little
we
book.
know how we
Look,
like the books, don't we?
gorgeous.
It is very nice, I have to say. It's, one of my faves.
Beautiful. Now, I need to also tell you, we cannot get you any more robins today, but we'll try our hardest, but we can't get you any today, just so you know.
Okay.
Right, don't go anywhere, because I've got Japanese fabrics, Japanese-inspired fabrics coming up next. Also, did anybody message in about that tool? One person? Oh, well, I'll ask you when. It's a back scratcher. A back scratcher for little Paul. I'll tell you, if you missed earlier, I'll keep it and I'll show you afterwards. Okay, I will see you in 4 minutes with Japanese-inspired fabrics.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wendy Orlando and I'm a craft blogger. You can find me over at thecraftyco.com, and if you do head on over and have a peep, you will see that I'm a tutorial blogger. I do all kinds of crafts, but my passions are crochet, knitting and sewing, which I've done for over 45 years. In that time, I've made lots of mistakes, but I have learnt lots of tricks and top tips that I can't wait to share. What I'd like to bring to the Sewing Street table is to show that you don't need to have gone to university or have a degree in design to be able to sew. You just need passion, a bit of courage to take the first steps, and a whole lot of patience. Oh, and an unpicker. You will need an unpicker. I do hope that you will follow me as I take my Sewing Street journey, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Hi, I'm Sam from Adventures in Crafting. I'm a craft and crochet teacher based in Tring in Hertfordshire. Since lockdown, I've moved all of my classes onto Zoom, so I now have customers from all over the country. I teach lots of crafts, but crochet is my specialism. I became passionate about crochet when I was pregnant with my fourth child and in desperate need of some me time. Crochet became my sanctuary and I've crocheted every day since then. I'm a qualified teacher, and 8 years ago I began teaching crochet. I love sharing my passion with other people. I design patterns, sell kits and teach lots of classes. My classes range from beginners to next steps, specific makes and clubs. I also like to design crochet alongs. My most recent one was my autumn granny square crochet along, which resulted in me designing this allotment jumper, which I love to wear when I'm out gardening and looking after my chickens. My crochet tip for you is to enjoy it. Crochet should be about taking part in a hobby that brings you pleasure. My claim to fame is that I met Kirsty Allsop at the Handmade Fair and I gave her one of my crochet sunflower brooches. I'm so excited to be taking part in Yarn Lane and I hope you'll enjoy my demonstrations.
Hello everyone, I'm Delphine Brooks. It's so great to be here and part of the Sewing Street family. I'm local, I'm only down the road in Warwickshire. I started sewing many years ago when I was very young, doing lots of art and painting, and eventually I went into textiles and I really enjoyed doing the two together. I then had a bit of a break. Something you don't know about me maybe is that I spent many years in the Royal Air Force and eventually in the police as well. And then I went full circle and I've come back to my happy place of sewing, and which I really enjoy. My best sewing tip is measure twice and cut once. I have chipped up a couple of times by not measuring properly, and I do always regret it. So now I always measure twice, cut once. Anyway, I really hope to be with you again soon, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
I'm back. Put that down. Not me again, I'm afraid. So you're stuck with me all day today. And I'm back now because I've been in before, haven't I? Yeah, exactly. Now, Deborah is the only person to send me a sensible answer for this, right? So I had this. Actually, Hayley's in the office. Maybe she could come on and explain. Because it wasn't in my poll sheet. Have they got the telly on in next door? They haven't, have they? Hayley put this on the poll sheet last night and I didn't have time to prep. We did a bit of research. Well, no, it was only when I came to come on air that it suddenly appeared. That's why we haven't researched it. Deborah says the tool, I think, is for when you do needle felting, you felt onto a mat or a sponge and some fibres get absorbed into the mat, so that tool is to clean them off. Thank you, Deborah. But it's 3 tools in one. It's a holder, a blender and a cleaner. There it is. I know. From Clover, so it'll be good quality. 3 in 1. We did have somebody messaging going, is it a little Paul's back scratcher? Do you know what? It's really weird. The older I get, right? When I have a shower in the morning, I think, oh, I've just got an itch just at a certain point. And can I reach it? Can I reach it? Oh no, I won't tell that story. I was gonna tell another story about little Paul, but I won't because it might come out wrong. So I won't say it. No, you know, because you sent me the message. Anyway. Oh, you can use one. We're carrying on with this. You can, right, you can use one bit of it. Oh, yeah, small motifs in the desired place. Blends wool's roving colours and cleans out filters. Oh, it's fallen out the packet now. Look, I'll put it on the desk. So there's one. That's your cleaner bit there. That's your holder. And that's your blender when it's that way up there. Do you know what they've used, though, as their base, right? That's the same as the, you know, the one you press your seams open with? It's the same shape as that, isn't it? Look, I've got one of those in blue. Right, anyway, I'm putting it all away. We're moving on. That was a mystery solved, and thank you very much indeed for that. I'm just going to put it away. June's home. June's home from getting us shopping. We can carry on now. Thank you, June. We've waited, June. We've been sitting here waiting for you. The ones with the herons. No, they're not herons, are they? Cranes on. Right, here we go. Let me make a bit of space. I'm going to do a bit of wafting. We haven't done wafting for ages, have we? Right, okay. So, these are 100% cotton, 44 inches wide. Oh, they're by Severnberry. That's why they're good quality. Now, they are slightly finer. I would say they were more of a lawn or a poplin than a heavy crafting cotton. But very good. Not Lorraine Kelly. Lorraine Kelly doesn't make handbags. Sorry. Crazy Lorraine makes a lot of handbags out of this. Maybe she should. Maybe she should. I could text her, actually. I've got a number in my phone. Severnberry is a Japanese brand, just so you know. Sorry, there's me wailing off onto the distance because they always make such beautiful fabrics. So, what have I got in here? I've got cranes. I've got gorgeous flowers. I've got gold thread. I've got fans. There's no koi carp on this one, though. I'm just saying there's not a direction, is there? No, there's no direction. It's beautiful, though, isn't it? Oh, now, hang on. I've got to put that on the back. That was the last note I got from Hayley before I went away for a few days. I haven't been away, but you know what I mean. Away from here, I've been working elsewhere. It's been a very busy week. I'm in here again tomorrow, by the way. So this is called Tokiwa. Now, I do apologise if my accent isn't right. I'll tell you now, I can't. I'm just saying as it is. Tokiwa. Oh, do you know? Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. Because my friend Christopher, he went to Japan and came back married to a lovely Japanese lady. He's been married for about 20 odd years now and live in South London. Anyway, he'd be able to tell. He's just bought himself a sewing machine. From watching us. Oh, hang on. Have I done something wrong? Yeah, I'm just checking. I've not done something wrong. Have I done something wrong? Oh, always. Oh, nothing new there then, she said. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Tokiwa means eternal or unchanging. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's beautiful fabric, though, isn't it? This is the black background, this one. I've got it in different colours. Edna says, morning, John. Lovely to see you today. Where have you been, Edna? I've been here for hours. I've done 2 hours already, Edna. Edna got a special treat today as well. I'm doing my first yarn lane today as well. First time. We can't advertise that, can we? Because it's not this show. I've got a lovely early bird as well. And we've got Sam in, a brand new guest as well. Anyway, so that's the one with the black background. Where would you like to go next, colour-wise? purpley. Is it called purpley? Is that what it's called on the graphics? Oh, isn't it weird? Because the gold seems more prevalent in this one. What colour have they called? Oh, they called it purple. Tokiwa is also what? Oh, it's a town on Japan's main island, and I think that must be confusing if you write on an envelope, John Scott Tokiwa. Which one? Which one? Mind you, it's a little bit like my village, you see. The village I live in here, there's a village in Warwickshire that I live in. There's a village in Yorkshire of the same name that I drive through when I'm working at Pavers, which is where I've been this week. And there's one in near Tring in Hertfordshire. Tokiwa can also be a what? A first name or a surname or a last name. Well, it's very confusing. Beautiful though. Gorgeous, isn't it? I think Crazy Rain like this colour best out of all of them, I have to say. Beautiful. It's very lush, isn't it? I'll just move the sticky label because it's supposed to be on the back. £6.99 for half a metre. Now remember, if you're new to us, right, we sell fabrics by the half metre. So the minimum you can buy is half a metre, but you can buy as much as you want, but in increments of half a metre. So if you want, say, 3 metres and you buy on the web, you need to put 6 units in to get 3 metres. But if you're in the call centre, who are just down the road, they'll be able to help you with that as well. I remember you only pay 1p&p for the whole day. I haven't pointed that thing out. I'll keep an eye out for it in this hour. There's in that square down there, it says 1p&p, but people are reading it as £1 p&p. So we'll just need to check it when it comes up in a minute. I'm not checking, we know it's right, but just point it out. This folds beautifully, this fabric. Next. Now I've got navy blue or red next. Navy blue. I think this one, to be honest, might be my favourite. I think, yes. Hang on, I'm just going to move the label to the back, which is where it's supposed to be. Paul's saying a cushion. I think it'd be more like a drape or, what's the thing you make for the end of a bed? A bed ender. What's it called? Bed runner. A bed runner. It would look gorgeous on a bed runner, wouldn't it? Now, June, my love, what you do is you buy from Sewing Street for the first 4 hours on the Sewing Street website. When we swap over, I'll tell you all of this at 12 o'clock, right? When we swap over to Yarn Lane, you have to go to the Yarn Lane website, order from there, but it's all 1p&p. It's included in the PP. Even though it's 2 separate entities, it's all 1p&p because it's the same warehouse, I think, that sorted it out. Well, is it the same warehouse? I think so. Oh, there you go. Just 1p&p, not £1, just 1p&p. There you go. It's gone now. There we go. Right, and then last but not least, I've got it in the red. This is very, now you see, does it, am I getting, now, excuse me if I'm getting my cultures muddled up. Am I wrong? Oh, is it China where red means wealth? Yeah, because all the banks are red, aren't they, and things. And the red envelope, don't they give children that? But that's China, not Japan. I'll just take the label off and put it on the back where it's supposed to be. No, it's beautiful though, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, I'm right. Crazy Ray would go for the purple. She made a big bag with panels of a very similar material, she said. Beautiful, isn't it? Very red. That's very red. Do you know what this, I'd say, would be... I wonder if you could make it... You could make a dress out of it. Or a shirt. Or, oh, do you know what? You can make a lovely kimono. Lovely kimono for a Sunday, you know, like when you saunter down the stairs on a Sunday morning in Sainsbury's. I don't even know. We've only got a little Sainsbury's near me. We haven't got a big one. Anyway, it's gorgeous, isn't it, that? Absolutely. Now, if you want to see any of these again, don't worry. Just let Hannah know. I will recap them all again later if I've got time at the end. Who has? Jennifer's got a question. Hi, John. Would one need to use a metallic needle to sew this fabric? No. No. There's no metallic thread in it because the gold in it is a dye. So you just use your normal... In fact, I'd use a 10 to sew this. Mrs. Suffolk? Is that not where she's from? Oh, it's a Mrs. with no name. Oh, now I tell you who that used to be. If it's the same person. Oh, just beautiful. Beautiful. Now, we had a lady who used to message in, she was just called Mrs., wasn't she? And I can't remember her name now. Anyway, in Suffolk. Do you know our friend Stuart with the wool patch shop? Oh, well, there you go. Sophia was thinking kimono too. It'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Anyway, moving on. So I've done those. Dragonflies, yes, I've got 2 of those. Big dragonflies first. Now, you see, this, I'd say, was more cushion, Paul. And it's nice, this. Gorgeous colour. This one hasn't got a label on it at all. And no writing on the selvage either, so I don't really know. Well, the thing is, there's so much detail in here, because first of all, in their wings, look, they've got patterns of other fabric, but also on the background, the navy blue background, it also has a texture, not a texture, but a printed texture on it as well. Oh, there's the label. I found the label. I'll put it on the back where it's meant to be. Oh, do you know what? I like the wrong side as well. Hang on, I'm just going to show you the wrong side. Oh, I like that. I know it's the wrong side, but I think that's gorgeous. So this one is called Saki. Are they drunk? No, hang on. Because so Saki's in a Chinese restaurant, isn't it, though? Oh, I'm very confused. So where have I had... I didn't think I'd ever been to a Japanese restaurant before. But there must have been one in Colchester. Anyway. I'm getting very... Only because, you know the Christopher I just told you about, the friend who went to Japan and came back married? He was in a show that I worked at Colchester Mercury Theatre. And I remember when he drank sake, it affected him in a not a good way. Okay. S-A means blossom. K-I. Hope. Oh, that's why they're called sake, because they've got flowers on their wings, maybe. It is beautiful. Look, I'll just put it into shot for you. That's nice, that is. That's lovely. Or, do you know what I'm thinking? You know Fiona Hesford's kind of dresses? Oh, I thought so. How was Japanese wine spelt then? S-A-K-E. There we go. Sake. Or you just be Saki so-and-so, like Hannah, you know what I mean? Shall I do small... I'll do small dragonflies now, shall I? Now... Oh, I've got the wrong way up. Hang on. There you go. Oh, no, they're different. They're completely different. This is a different fabric. Look. Look. Oh, you haven't got this one? This one is called Yukata. There you go. Yukata Dragonfly Metallic Fabric. Again, it's a metallic dye. It's not a metallic thread. It's $5.99, this one. I think that one's a bit more subtle, isn't it? Even though it's got the gold in it, it's a bit more subtle, that one. I'm not sure what to make out of that one. No, yeah, a bag lining would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Maybe a Lisa Lamb bag or a Becky Alexander Frost bag with this in the lining. Or what was that? I don't know if you still do it. Do you do the Kyoto bag here? Or do we do the Kyoto bag here? Have we done that yet? No, I'm not sure. I'm sure it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know Stuart, says Dawn. Uh-oh, here we go. He taught me to crochet over tea and cake 3 years ago, and now I'm addicted. He's lovely. Oh, Dawn, that's nice. I don't know if he's going to come on here, but he's definitely coming on my other show. He's doing lavender blue, how to dye lavender blue wool from with using woad. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And when he opens up the shop, that he's going to do an extension on the shop, I'm going to go and cut the ribbon. I'm going to be this celebrity guest to open the ribbon. The Z list celebrity. Got a message, Crazy Rain. Where's that? Oh, photo of the bag. Oh, there you go. The Japanese fabric on the show today would look fab in this design. Yes, it would, Crazy Lorraine. Did you sanitize that picture before it came through? Oh, and Crazy Lorraine, I don't know where. Oh, they're over there. The purple one is the most popular. Oh, you want to see it? The purple one is the most popular. She said that so. Can we show it by any chance, John? Not patronising at all. As a producer, she should really be saying, shouldn't she? I'll show the purple one next, please, John. I'm not a mind reader. Anyway, there it is. There's the purple one. I still like the blue one best. Yeah, but this is the most popular. Okay. Oh, Paul's redecorating his bedroom and he's going to have it all in red and black, he said. So that red Chinese one would look lovely. He's having these lamps that are like crow's heads holding a light bulb above his bed, there and there. Aren't you, Paul? He's gone all quiet now. Can we do which one, sorry? I can indeed. I've got it in 2 different colourways. Now, these are very similar in colour. Which is which, please? The blue one, Hannah says, the blue one. That one there with turquoise in it. Okay, of course it is. Of course this is the blue one. This one's called Moto, which means mountain, I imagine. 100% cotton, made in Japan. I'll just move the label because it's supposed to be on the back. Who did the labels on these? Was it Kat? Oh, no! That's what these were for. There we go. I'm all right now. I'm with you now. You said it was Moto. It's Mito. Is it? Oh, sorry. It's my head getting shot. Sorry. Mito multi-crescent design. Oh, okay. So, no, not clamshells and not waves. But there's a Mount Vesuvius in there. Where are you? There. Come on, John. Let me do this long enough to... There. No. There. Oh, is it not Mount Vesuvius, that one? Oh, that could be why. Oh, okay. I'm not very good at geography. I didn't do geography from the age of 13. I hated it. I didn't like the geography teacher, so I didn't do geography again after I was 13. We had a lady called Miss Salmon, and all she used to make us do was draw pictures of the outline of Australia. That's all I can remember. It's all I can remember doing. I don't know. I'd love to go to Australia. Gwen's gone. When are you doing some sewing today? I'm not doing any sewing today, Gwen, my love. No, my sewing machine's in Western Supermare. I can't do any sewing at all, yeah. Yeah, so today, I'm not doing any sewing. Oh, I don't know if Gwen's asking when I'm going to do some sewing or when there's going to be some sewing. We've got Jane doing some stitching, cross-stitching in the next hour. And then we've got Sam in the last hour, not Sue, Sam in the last hour. That's good, isn't it? Hannah goes to meet a new guest. Oh, hello, Sue. My name's Sam, actually. She'll be doing crocheting. She'll be doing some crocheting. That's on Yarn. That's on Yarn Lane. Yarn Lane. Yarn TV Lane. Okay. Then the other one, which isn't quite so blue, in the blue. Did it say what colour that last one? Oh, it was multi, the last one. What's this? What? This one's gold. This is very popular already. Can anyone see the label? Yeah, of course. This one hasn't got a label on it, though, sadly. So I don't know who's going to put that one away later. Anyway, look at it. It's got gold. It's got the mountain. And it's got the clamshells in there. It's got the flowers in there. It's got writing in there. It's love. Actually, that's my favourite of the two, this one. $6.99 for half a metre, remember this one. It's lovely, isn't it? I like the way each one's... What was the other one outlined in then? Oh, that's weird, right? They're both outlined in gold. The other one was outlined in gold as well. But it's very different. I'll show you. The other one's got purple in it. That's why purple and turquoise, you see. Look there. This one's more your blues and your natural tones, isn't it? Now, you buy it by the half metre. It's $6.99 for half a metre. You can either give us a call, 0800 001 44 33, or you can go on the website. But remember, half a unit is what? No. 1 unit is half a metre. You can't buy half a unit. 1 unit is half a metre. So if you want 3 metres, you put 6 units down. Gorgeous colours. Oh, no, Gwen did mean me. Not when are we doing it today. She meant me. I like that one. That one's kind of... Now, I know we're gender fluid here at Sewing Street, but that one to me is a little bit more masculine. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna make like a laptop case or something for a gentleman, then I'd go maybe using that fabric. Anyway, okay. Steph from Lancaster, is it? Oh, from Lincolnshire. Oh, there's the label. I said it didn't have a label on it, right? What did I say? Didn't I not say Mount Fuji? I meant Fuji. Of course I did. Who would say Vesuvius? Did I say Vesuvius? Oh, I do apologise. Yeah, look, I'll show you, right? This one is multi. Oh, hang on, I'll wait for Paul. That's multi, that's gold. Don't know why. Oh, Hayley's here. She can tell us about that tool now. You scheduled a tool for me, which wasn't on my poll sheet. And I had to ask the ladies and gentlemen at home what it was for. But I said, you could come on and explain, because you'd put it in my poll sheet without telling me. Yeah, she said she can't, there's no spare microphone, because all 3 microphones are being used, otherwise she'd come on. Right, okay, so that one is multi, that one is gold, just so you know. They're the same price, Oh, the gold one is now limited. Not this one is limited. I thought that was very funny. Paul said my fingers look like I've been eating cheesy Wotsits. Other versions of Wotsits are available. Yeah, they call them cheesy puffs in Marks and Spencer's. Right. No. Oh, there. I thought for some reason I was looking for those the same shape as the one we just did. What do you mean today? The thing is, during all this lockdown thing, Hannah, Paul and I are a bubble now, so you're going to have to get used to this. Every time I'm on, They'll be on as well. Is that upside down? No, that's the right way round. Because the selvage is... No, not the gravity. But hang on, let me turn it over and then you can see. I think it's better that way, but that's actually upside down. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. The fabric's yours. You can do whatever you want. We've got a question from Linda. I'd like to make a dressing gown kimono style from the purple fabric. Oh dear, roughly how much do I need to order? Right, the best thing to do, I can't tell you because I don't know what pattern you're using, but if you take your nape, the measurement from the back of your nape there to however long you want it, right? So it depends because you might want it like a Ken Barlow one, which finishes here. You might want a mumsy kind of one that finishes at the heel. Or at the heel, no, that's the knee. Or you might want one that flows down to the floor. So you measure from your nape to your back to where you want the hem. Remember to add seam allowance and a hem allowance on it. And I would do that twice for the body. And then, maybe, it depends how wide the fabric is. Oh, now if it's directional, you need to do it 3 times. Okay, right, let me put this away for the time being. Let me show you, right? Right, I wonder if there'll be enough, right? Let's have a look. So if it was out of this fabric, what I would do, right, I would take my nape measurement to the length of the dressing gown, the kimono that I wanted, and I would times that 3 times. So if it's a metre drop from the nape to the hem, you'd have to get 3 meters. Then, I'm not sure, because whether you'd be able to get the sleeves out of the section, because the sleeves are just square. The sleeves have no shaping. I'm wondering if you could get the sleeves out of down the side of the front, or whether you'd need to add a little bit more for your sleeves, like I'd say 4 meters. I'd say 4 meters, because then that gives you enough to do a belt, and it gives you enough to do a little facing if you want to do a facing on it. I'm guessing, because I don't know the style of your thing, but I'd say 4. No. I'm saying 4 meters, but that's only if you wanted a meter drop. If you want it longer than a meter drop, if you want it to go down to your mid-calf, then it's going to be whatever length from your nape to the hem 4 times. That's what I'd say to be on the safe side. Was that as clear as mud? Thank you. That's still the most popular, the purple one. Right, I'm going back now to the fans and flowers that we just had, because I didn't read this one out. I'll just wait for the graphics to change. There we go. This is called Mito Aqua. You see, I don't know why it's called Aqua either, because there's no blue on it, is there? On the website, the picture's quite dodgy, apparently, Hannah's saying. It looks quite grainy and doesn't do it any favours. Oh, Anne, thank you. Anne says, great show. Thank you, John, for brightening our mornings. Thank you. Thank you. Paul says it's all right. It's his pleasure. John, you've really cheered me up, as I was going into hospital on Monday, but it's been cancelled for the 3rd time. I'm really upset. Watching today has put the sunshine back into my... Oh, that's so sweet. Who's that from? Glennis. You really made me laugh. Oh, I've just noticed you can't flick up your messages wearing these. Oh, thank you. Right, I'm going to put this one away. What was it called? Sorry, Mito. Mito. The metallic isn't a metallic thread, by the way. It's a metallic dye. I just had one of my gluten-free biscuits and I'm now starving. They're not, well, they're nice because they're like Kit Kats, but they're not. They're different make. But other chocolate biscuits are available. But now I want something proper. I only had a yogurt for my breakfast. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? Next. Yeah, got those here. These are called Rainbow. And they're in 3 different colourways. I'll just show you the 3. Red. I'm guessing blue and grey. Starting with the red. Now, they've called them rainbows. I would definitely call these clamshells myself. I just moved the sticky label. There you go. It's nice, isn't it? Now, the pattern doesn't go through to the other side. Look, you've got a contrast colour on the back. Oh, sorry, that was bad. There you go. Yes, but so what you could do is you could use, if you were doing cuffs or something like that, or if you're using it as a cushion, and then use that as your border, no problem in that whatsoever. Oh, you all right? Oh, you be careful. Was it us or you? Oh, it's your leg. That's right then. I thought Jane's in the studio, everybody. I thought she tripped over, but it's her leg giving up on her. Everything's giving up. Anyway, look, gorgeous, isn't it? Now, what's this called? Yarno. Yarno in red rainbow. What does yarno mean in Japanese then? What's it? Are you looking it up for me? Or yano? Oh no. It's what? Okay, not to worry. If you know at home what it means, could you let me know? Because Hannah's putting it in but not getting out. It's not showing her what she wants it to show her. Right, moving on. So that's the rainbow in red. Yano. Oh, no, I know. You know. What was that? Oh, no, that was Little Britain, wasn't it? Don't know why I'd like that. You know. That was not set in Japan. Then I've got the one in grey. Obviously, when Hayley came in and shouted at us the other day about the labels, obviously nobody listened. They have to be on the back, as Hayley said. There you go. It's nice, that one, isn't it? Okay. The other clamshell fabric I showed you earlier, which was the gold or the multi, both of those half are sold out already. Just so you know. Oh, sorry, head going into shot. Well, hang on. Dawn, I didn't ask what Yalwell meant, did I? Yahweh is gracious. Where's that come from then? Maybe she's calling me Yahweh. No, this is Yano. Looks like my fingers are flashing the lights. It's like warning lights. Anyway, keep going. They're these if you're worrying. Slate grey, this one's called. Oh, they must have very pale roofs in Japan. Yano means gracious. Yano means gracious, apparently. Thank you, Dawn. Oh, hang on. Morning, John. Just purchased the last 3 fabrics. Love how it's so easy to pay with 2 presses of a button. My husband won't agree. From Lindsay in Essex. Sharp. Not what they say in Essex. Oh, sharp. I haven't watched Lost in Essex. No, it's not called Lost in Essex, is it? What's the Essex show called? The Only Way is Essex. What's the other one? Lost Chelsea, then? What's the... Lost in Chelsea? Is that what it's called? Oh, no, it's not called The Only Way is Chelsea. What's that one called? What's the posh one called? Also, somebody I know has gone into Made in Chelsea. Someone I know has gone into Housewives of Cheshire. She's not a housewife, she's not in Cheshire. But anyway, she's in it now. Well, no, she's been cut. They're all cast, aren't they? They're all, you know. She's from... Yeah, you could be in it, Paul. But you're too sensitive to be in that. Well, all they do is slag each other off the whole time, isn't it? They'd be upsetting because they won't see it when they're filming it. They'll be watching it. They'll be sitting around each other's houses 6 months later watching it going, oh! No, you wouldn't. Yeah, no. No, that's Gogglebox you're thinking of. No. She says they film you at home watching it. That's Gogglebox, isn't it? Yano in navy blue. Now that's strobing a little bit on my telly. £6.99 for half a metre. Lovely, isn't it? Navy blue, this one. Moving on. You can't say that, Paul. Yeah, you mean that? No, I'm not going to say it out loud. No. Right, next. Oh, swirl. That's this one, yes. Now, this is Yano. Yano must be the fabric, mustn't it? Because this is called Yano as well. This is called Yano Swirl. Now, I know we've done a Christmas fabric with this pattern. It's not Christmassy, because it's not glittery or anything. Navy, red, and grey, I'm imagining. We'll do the navy first. The swirl's not in... No, the swirl's not in a swirl... The swirl is in like a... Oh, now this is the one... Wait till you see the back of this, because these are lovely. Right, so this is your... Yeah, I've had these before. They're very limited, these now, because look, that's one side. Look at the other side. So you can do contrast. So this is like a beige swirl. That's like a white swirl, isn't it, on the navy? Oh, yeah, you don't need to use these for the Japanese projects. Yeah, but remember, it's a much lighter weight fabric. It's like a lawn... poplin sort of weight, this. It's got texture to it. It's lovely. It's got a texture to it, though. Yano in blue swirl. Navy blue swirl. That's the right side there. Oh, got a question. I can't promise I can answer it. Are they lines... Oh, hang on. Are the lines in slate grey, Yano, navy or black? Oh, now you're asking me a question. Right, I'll get it out again now. So hang on, which one do we want to look at? Slate grey, rainbow. Are the colours blue or are they black? Good question. I should have said that, shouldn't I, really? Navy blue. They're navy blue. Who was it asked that question? Janice. Janet in Northamptonshire. They're blue, my love. Navy blue. Oh, Lindsay in Essex is back. She's got a reply now. I'm sitting in my white high heels. Oh, see, Essex shoes. Yeah, I've got it now. Oh, shut up, says Lindsay. She's put sent a kiss, so I haven't offended her. Don't worry, everyone. I haven't offended her. Anyone else called Lindsay? I don't mean to offend you. Yes. Do you know what I did the other day? You know, I do a Facebook Live at the weekend. Somebody said to me that I had to say, they all had their, what's those things called you have on in the kitchen? You shout at it and it tells you things. Yeah, Alexa, play Baby Shark, and Alexa, play this. Nutcracker Suite, that's what it was. It was hysterical seeing the reaction. Right, so that's the blue one. I've done the blue one. Now, oh, sand, is it? Okay, right, this is the sand one. You know, I said it was limited. There's only 6 meters of sand left. Wait, hang on a sec. Let me put the sticker on the back. There we go. Now, the thing is, right? No, take that back. Sand, this one's called. Sand Swirl. It's nice, isn't it? Looks like it's been drawn by Hannah on a cold Sunday morning. Yeah. She's not hungover anymore. She doesn't get hangovers anymore. Anyway, that's Yano in sand. And then we got it in the... I'd call this brick. I'm not quite there. I've called red. It's red, but I'd say it was a lovely brick red colour. Nice, isn't it? It's like a traditional colour, that one. Graphics will come in. There you go. Red Swirl, this one's called. You look like you've had a cheap manicure. Because Roxana messaged in saying she was worried about me because I kept licking my fingers to open the fabric. So look. We had these in the 8 o'clock hour. If you want some, they're in the 8 o'clock. They're small, they're large. You get all of them in one packet. You get them all in one packet. What you do if you're doing fabric like this? No, I'll be taking them off in a minute because I haven't got any fabric in the next 2 hours. Except I'll have to store them somewhere because you know what that Vicky, we have to share a dressing room, don't we? So you know what the Vicky's like. No. Oh no, I'll give it a good spray down when I come in. Right, not because it's Vicky that's been in, but you know, just because you know. Next. Oh, okay. So these are actually, now I know, I learnt the name of these the other day, but they're not called that, so I can ignore that. Ignore me. No. What's this pattern? When we do Sashko, this pattern has a name, and I can't remember what it is, but these aren't called it. So it comes in the same 3 colours again. Where would you like to go first? Okay, navy, because it's the most limited. Unlimited. The navy's unlimited. It's a song that from Wicked, that. I mean, they're not talking about fabric. Oh, now, this is the one I love, because look at the other side. They're nice, aren't they? Whether you want it with the sandy coloured pattern or the white coloured pattern. Your choice is yours. Completely. Yeah, Paul's made his choice. He would make it with the white flowers. Okay, that's the navy one. That's limited, that one. There you go. That's going to go. That's going to sell out. So, don't know why I suddenly said it like that. It's going to sell out. Sorry. Colour? Oh, Attractor's just tuned in. Hello, Attractor, my lovely. What colour's next? Sand. Oh. Oh. Who's that from? Sue said, thank you very much, John. You just set off my Alexa singing. Baby Shark, Alexa. Baby Shark. Shark. She said, thank you for your lovely shows. You bring a little joy into my life every day. Only a little joy. Only a little. I don't mind any amount of joy in these troubled times. Oh, you can't even sit in the garden, can you? I almost said I could. No, I meant because it's too cold, not because of other people being in the garden. I just thought, you know, the garden centres, I thought they'd do a roaring trade in those, you know, those fan heatery things you light in the winter. Because if you had one of those in the garden, you'd quite happily sit out there, wouldn't you? But all my garden furniture, I'll put it away for the winter. Put it away for the winter. This is Yarno in sand pixelation, they've called it. Morning, lovely, says Chris. I'm waiting for the phone engineer to arrive. Oh, you could be waiting a while. I hope he doesn't come until after Jane's next hour. Well, what you can do is make him watch it. Make him sit and watch it. He'd love it. He'd love it. Mind you, is he allowed in the house? Is the phone engineer allowed in your house? I don't know. Might be the box outside. Imagine if he has to come in. Anyway, never mind. Yeah. Just as well we're not in charge, isn't it? Can you imagine? It's a mess as it is, isn't it? Imagine if we were in charge. Right, now red. Oh. What? $6.99. This is Yarno in red pixelation. Okay, Hannah, you're supposed to do that with aromatherapy oils. So you know you can buy the little ceramic bits to put on top of a lamp. So when the radiator or the lamp comes on, there's slight heat from it. It just wafts aromatherapy into your house. Don't do what Hannah does and use other products, cleaning products to do it. And you wonder why she's got such curly hair. Well, I have to say, whatever filter you've got on your Instagram at the moment is brilliant. She looks so pretty on her Instagram pictures. She said, I'm pretty in real life. That's what she said. She's in a little box in there. Anyway, look at the fabric. Look at the fabric. Oh, now apparently the phone engineer is allowed inside, but you have to wipe all the surfaces with disinfectant. There you go, Nick. Princess says workmen and tradespeople are allowed to come in. Well, is that allowed postman? Because Hannah wants her postman to come in as well. Yeah, no, in red. Anyway, gorgeous. Okay, you know the multi and the gold clamshells about to sell out. About to sell out, just so you know. I've got dragonflies with dotty backgrounds now. Coming up next. Oh, now I've not got this in the blue. Sold out in the blue. I've got it in sand and I've got it in red. Red first. Red first. Move the label. Oh, no, that's why. Oh. No, do you know what it is? I get very sweaty fingers and they're a bit, these, what are these called? The guards. I get it slipping off now with sweat. I think it's only because they're the wrong size. That one's too small, too big. What? Look, these are fine. This is the size I need. You get both sizes in there. Anyway, Yarno in dark red dragonfly fabric. Look at the swirly background. Oh, now, isn't that weird? All the others, it's been very different on the other side. It's not that different on that one, is it? Anyway, it's nice. Moving on. Hannah's going to make herself a little purse. That's to put her little money in. Well, do you know when we left Knowing Quarter, right? She said she lost her lodger and she said, oh, I'm going to get another lodger. She hasn't got another lodger. It's a year without the rent. How's she living? I don't know. She likes, well, yeah, it's not that she can't find anyone. It's just she's like, also, I wonder how that works, because if you had it rented with somebody, they have to be in your bubble, I suppose, then, don't they? Anyway, I don't know. I'm all on my own. Yarno in sand, dragonfly. No, I like this one. This is lovely. This is quite classy, this one, isn't it? Oh, Carol's phone engineer. Hang on, Carol's phone engineer had to stand outside. And he stood in open windows and told us what to do. I think he might have been a bit lazy. Yeah, you unscrew that bit, madam. And then you put that bit on there. Patricia says, my postman came into my hall to drop off my parcels. And I'm on crutches as I broke my foot. What did he do to you to break your foot? What did he do to you, Patricia? Anyway. Right, okay. Now, I've not seen these before. I'm thinking these might be a premiere. Right, hang on, let's have a look. What are they called? Blue, red, black and white. Navy, black, white and... Okay, we need to check those before we go any further. So we'll do the navy and we'll do the black first. Okay, which one first then? Black and gold, this one. So I heard that they've extended, I'll tell you how my brain worked. Black and gold, Goldfinger, James Bond. The next James Bond film isn't going to come out for ages now, is it? No, the one they've made. The one that they filmed already, which was due out in April. Yeah. It's not going to be out till next year now. No, I read somewhere this week that it was going to be a lady. But then they said that last time, didn't they? Annan, gold floral on black metallic. I wonder what Annan is. Don't worry. Sorry, you keep looking at that black one. No, 70. So the black one I've got now, I'm just checking the codes, haven't changed. Oh, okay then. Right, okay. So that's black one. We're all right with that one. That one's fine. If you want that one, you're fine with that one. Okay, so next, navy. This is navy with silver print. This is lovely. 02 this one finishes. This is gorgeous. This is my favourite, this one. Look. Look. It's nice, isn't it, that one? That one's already flying out. £6.99 for half a metre. Now, you see, that one to me is a bit Christmassy because they look like Christmas roses, don't they? And snowflakes, maybe. Okay, so which code do you want to go first? Right, okay, so this code of this one is AXYH70. Okay, we're going to get it changed afterwards. So if you order this code number, oops, you will get the red one. Ignore what it says on the website because it's wrong. And also it says here, gold floral on wine. Oh, that's right. So the words are right. The words are right. The picture on the website is wrong. Yeah. Is he not in, that boy with the dyed hair today then? No, they're not in, are they? Someone could drop it off round here so you could take a picture later, I suppose. Anyway, that's that one. And then one more, and then we'll go for a break. Right, so this one, do you want to check the code? For 30, yeah? Yeah. Okay, on the web, the picture of this one is red. If you order this code number, you will definitely get this gold on cream. Gold floral on cream. The picture on the website is wrong. When you don't speak, John, I think something's gone wrong with my telly. And then you make me jump when you start speaking. Oh, I do apologise. The new Top Gun, which should have been out this summer, is not coming out till next summer. Top Gun? Was that a Top Gun? Top Gun, is that a cartoon? Yeah, is he making another one? Was that Take My Breath Away? Was that Top Gun? Oh, Kelly Clarkson. No, not Kelly Clarkson. Kelly, blonde Kelly. Yeah, and it, Take My Breath Away. Yeah, Berlin sang it, but it was in the film, wasn't it? It was in the film. Right, I'm going for a break. When I come back after the break, now you've got some pictures, haven't you, of these, Paul? Have a quick look, because we've got this, and we've got this. Was it only 2 pictures? And this? Oh, we're going to be starting with this. Isn't it just adorable? And you love your books. You love... Imagine, right? I don't want to put any pressure on anybody whatsoever because, I mean, it's a considered purchase, I know. But being in lockdown and you could do, oh, I'll do work on this page today. It's all about making your mind happier, isn't it? Things like that. And I know that that book, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psycho, what's it? But I think doing that book is going to make you feel fabulous. I'll see you in 4 minutes from now.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual. Always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wendy Orlando and I'm a craft blogger. You can find me over at thecraftyco.com, and if you do head on over and have a peep, you will see that I'm a tutorial blogger. I do all kinds of crafts, but my passions are crochet, knitting and sewing, which I've done for over 45 years. In that time I've made lots of mistakes, but I have learnt lots of tricks and top tips that I can't wait to share. What I'd like to bring to the Sewing Street table is to show that you don't need to have gone to university or have a degree in design to be able to sew. You just need passion, a bit of courage to take the first steps, and a whole lot of patience. Oh, and an unpicker. You will need an unpicker. I do hope that you will follow me as I take my Sewing Street journey, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Hi, I'm Sam from Adventures in Crafting. I'm a craft and crochet teacher based in Tring in Hertfordshire. Since lockdown, I've moved all of my classes onto Zoom, so I now have customers from all over the country. I teach lots of crafts, but crochet is my specialism. I became passionate about crochet when I was pregnant with my 4th child and in desperate need of some me time. Crochet became my sanctuary and I've crocheted every day since then. I'm a qualified teacher, and 8 years ago I began teaching crochet. I love sharing my passion with other people. I design patterns, sell kits and teach lots of classes. My classes range from beginners to next steps, specific makes and clubs. I also like to design crochet alongs. My most recent one was my autumn granny square crochet along, which resulted in me designing this allotment jumper, which I love to wear when I'm out gardening and looking after my chickens. My crochet tip for you is to enjoy it. Crochet should be about taking part in a hobby that brings you pleasure. My claim to fame is that I met Kirsty Allsop at the Handmade Fair and I gave her one of my crochet sunflower brooches. I'm so excited to be taking part in Yarn Lane and I hope you'll enjoy my demonstrations.
Kath, where do you live? Kath's husband's just come home from his walk and brought coffee and cake from the deli. Love him. Well, he didn't drop any off here, Kath. And yes, it was Kelly McGillis, thank you. Not Kelly, who I said, Kelly McGillis. And then Princess says, I love the sound effects with Sam's advert. We don't hear the sound in here, so I'll have to watch that later. Right, Carol with an E has asked for 2 particular stitches, the Queen stitch and the Dove's eye. The Dove's eye. I so nearly said something rude then. I didn't, so it's fine. We will be showing you how to do those in a second. But before we start with Jane, before we go through everything, I want you, because I haven't got anything here, because Jane's got it all on the table there. Everything that Jane has got left for sale is on the website. So what you need to do is go to the website. We're still on Sewing Street. We're still on the Sewing Street website, right? Go to the website, click on Watch the Show Live, scroll down. Right, now you'll see fabrics. They're all very, very limited, by the way, all those fabrics, right? Then, so there's Jane, a couple of Jane's things there from the last hour. Now, so a lot of them will have sold out written on them. There you go, look, sold out. These are all the items we're doing in this hour now. Oh, no, actually, that's there. Oh, sold out. So, but that's where you need to look. If you want to buy any, you can buy it now. You can buy it now. Don't wait for Jane to start demonstrating it, but you can buy it now. They will all change order as we play them. Now, before we do the stitches for Carol, I promised you that we would do that gorgeous book first, right? Now, I have to warn you, I've done either 2 or 3 versions, not here at Sewing Street, that's when we before at Sewing Quarter. I've done 2 or 3 versions of this book, of different books. And even though, well, we call it considered purchase, I think for what you're getting in the package, it's not considered purchase, you get so much, but they sell out really, really, really quickly. So here's Jane, and she's holding the latest book, which is brand new today, isn't it, with us?
It is brand new today.
There it is.
So these little books, I know lots of you have had them and stitched them in the past. This one's not been seen before.
Can I just say, I thought they were more expensive than that. I thought they were... This is me. This is me now. My brain...
No, I think the flower book that we did first is more... It is physically bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's
but
a different
in my
size.
brain, I thought, when we were prepping this morning, I thought this will be £60, and I still think it's a good price at £60.
Yes,
it's actually
yes.
£49.99. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Right. Yes, shut up,
Yes,
John.
shut up, John.
Shut up, John. So the first thing I should say is this thing here is not in the kit.
Right.
This chain, and this is because somebody, who shall remain nameless, stole my flower book from the
Do you know who did it?
No.
Oh, who shall remain nameless? I thought you were going to name and shame them there.
Oh, I would love to.
Anyway, go on. Upsetting.
And my book was stolen. 11 months' work was stolen. And of course, as we've said, these are not cheap. And if you're at a show, which of course we're not at the moment, retail show, you need to see things that are £60 or £40 or whatever. And so I was very, very upset. It was the closest I came to telling everybody that that was it. What happened, I must tell you quickly, is that the Cross Stitch Guild members got together between Friday and Sunday and organised the stitching of 2 new flower books.
Oh.
One for me to keep at home and one for the shows. So thank you all. You all know who you are. Anyways, this is very pretty little book. It's tiny. And the idea of the books is that it's like a lesson. So you start off with the cover. If I just open it out for you, you can see. And you do the cross stitch on the cover, pure cross stitch. That's 4-sided stitch down there. And then you pop it away in your drawer or in the box or in the bag, and you gradually work your way through the pages. I'm going to go through quite quickly. That's a lining which gives you, it says, will friends see the finished piece and admire my colour schemes and never know that I have stitched a hiding place for dreams. Isn't that nice? Oh. And when this rubbish that we're all having to deal with at the moment is out there, this is exactly what you need.
Exactly.
So there's a cross-stitch alphabet. Now the important thing to be aware is that you don't see the back of your stitching.
Right.
Now I always say, if somebody turns my work over, I smack their hand.
Oh, I thought you could say it's just as good on the other side.
It's so rude. But with this, each page, I'm going to show you in the pack actually how this works.
Now, I just need to point out to Dawn, any of the projects that are in these Cross Stitch Guild, one Jane's designed, comes with the linen in it. She's asking where can she get the linen if she wants to remake them a second time. But free from Cross Stitch Guild.
Yes,
we don't stock it at the moment.
No,
we might do in the future.
Yeah, sure. Just go to crossstitchguild.com.
Yeah,
and go to linen and just look through. And if you're bothered and not sure what you need, I mean, they vary slightly. This one, for instance, has got a tea-dyed cover and slightly lighter pages.
Yes.
And you might not want to do that. I've seen some of these books done with a different coloured page.
But you can message. If you look at it and go, oh, I don't know which one I want, you can always message Andrea, can't you?
And there's a free phone number.
Yeah, okay, fine.
All right,
Well, carry on
don't
with what
flap.
we've got, yeah.
Okay, so let's just go to the... So that's the cover. Now it looks enormous.
Lots there.
Well, you've got 25 threads each side to make this hem.
Oh, of course there's a hem, yeah.
So it does look like a lot of stuff. But then when you come to do a page, look. So if I say this alphabet page here, and the rest of the alphabet, it'll be worked on here with a row of 4-sided stitch down the middle, and then when you have finished your stitching, it gets joined up
Right.
like this, so the back is inside. Does that make sense?
So all your raw edges
All
are
your
sandwiched.
raw-
It's almost
everything's-
like a lining on a jacket, because
Yes.
you never finish the seams of a jacket if you're going to line it, because it's sandwiched
exactly.
inside. So it's the same thing.
So it's everything sandwiched. So let's just run through. We've got a few extra stitches on there. Our daily bread. What does it have on the back?
Is this your design?
Yes.
And what's your inspiration? What did you? How does your brain work like that?
Well, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because it's a very strange thing.
Yes. Yours, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. You know, people say, "How do you get your ideas?" And I mean, sometimes I'm peeling potatoes, and the Indian twist.
Yeah.
Who said that? Indian twist. And then I produce a little range of Indian mop bows with. I don't know.
Hannah's just said, do I feel like that when I'm peeling potatoes? I buy my potatoes already peeled. That's why I'm not creative like you.
Absolutely. So I just stopped. The subject of a country book was popular. You want to be able to demonstrate different skills. All of these little books have been sort of invented as classes. And so, for instance, you might have the cover and a page in your Guild magazine.
Right.
And then you'd get 2 pages in the next one, and so on and so on. And then we explain the techniques as we go along. So just to clarify, here we've got, this is like a little band sampler here.
Oh gosh, Lord.
This is worked in space-dyed silk. So the colours change without
And
you having to...
that's everything you need is in there, isn't it?
Everything. I'm
you
going to
need is in
show
it.
you
Yeah,
in a second. And then trees in different seasons, look. Another little band sampler with different stitches. Now this is, do you remember if you were here this morning, we did a little bit of hardhanger.
Yes.
So there's a bit of hardhanger in colour,
Oh,
which
look,
would
in
have
the
been
page.
helpful.
Oh, how lovely.
Wouldn't that have been helpful this morning?
Yes.
And one of the stitches that Carol with an E asked for was the dove's eye.
Yeah.
And that's this little chap here.
Right, which we'll show in a
Which I'll
second.
show.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of hardhanger. So you don't get to the hardhanger for a bit until you've got your eye in and you understand what you're doing. Now that's a hem-stitch square. It's not actually difficult. You've got to count to 22.
Right.
But obviously you wouldn't want to start with that. You'd want to have done some of the other
Yes,
pages
of course.
first.
And also, if there's a page that you think, I really don't
don't
want
want to
that
do it,
in
do
my
something
book,
else.
you've got the cross-stitch pattern for everything else.
Absolutely.
You could do your initials or any
Yes,
flowers or
absolutely.
anything, couldn't you?
And I've seen all sorts of different versions. I've seen them, the pages done as a bell pull instead of doing a book.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them framed individually.
Yeah.
But the point is, these are just a joy to stitch. The trick, I think, is to get your kit when it comes,
Yes.
and you're going to work the cross stitch on the cover, which is the different colour,
Yeah.
and then you're going to pop it away, and you're going to work the first page, and you're not going to flap about what's further on, because it comes naturally.
Yes.
The threads are pre-sorted. Now you can see why we do that. I mean,
Could
you
you just push it
imagine.
forward a little bit for me? Sorry.
There we are.
There you go.
How's that?
Okay, lovely, thank you.
You can imagine if we didn't pre-sort these, there's chances that you get the greens on the wrong colours, and it makes it hard.
So they've all got a name or a
They've
number.
all got
have
a
they?
number,
So, and
and
then
you can
look on the
see.
key.
Look, I mean, look at that. Look. I mean, I think if I have a skill, it's playing with colour. You know, because I do love it.
So
Anyway,
yes, if they were all loose in a box and
Oh.
you said use the golden one.
yes, and you know, you get home from work. It's now dark. You've got an electric light, and you're sorting 16 greens. It's no fun.
So you get the linen, you get the needles,
Yes.
and you get the thread. Now, do you split the thread?
Yes, all the cross stitch and most of the other stitches are going to be used with 2 strands.
Right.
And I'll show you how you do that in a minute.
perfect.
That's a bit of lining to go behind where we've got an open window.
Oh right, the hardhangery stuff.
Yes. And then in here, you've got space-dyed silk. This is 12 ply.
Yeah. Right.
It's made by a lady called Steph Francis, and it's to die for. It's absolutely lovely. This is the Oliver Twist thread, which we use for the hardhanger embroidery.
Right.
And then we go to this lot.
Which is a
And
lot.
Which is a lot. So you've got your instructions. So there's the picture of the book. There's the front cover. And when you've stitched it, you're putting it away. You're not worrying about it.
Yeah.
There's the next alphabet page. There's another alphabet page. Let's just keep going. There's the bread. The chickens. So each chart is a complete thing on its own. All the colours refer to the colours on your pre-sorted chart there. There's some hardanger. Let me just go to right to the end. There's the hemstitch square. And here's some stitches. Basic instructions, so the everyday bits and pieces. And then this is the meat. This is where I've photographed as we've been doing it. So there's a page open before it's been joined up.
Of course.
And ditto, ditto.
The thing is, you've also got them there. Once you've made this book, you've got an
All the
alphabet
stuff.
there.
Yes,
You've got
yes.
floral there. You've got bread there. You've got
All
a
these
bird
different-
table
yeah,
there.
all the little motifs. I
Yes.
mean, all cross stitchers. You know, once you're hooked on this, and trust me, you will get hooked, and it does lead to trouble. But you've got all these motifs that go on, and I go to events and things, and I see bits and pieces of my work mixed up with other bits.
But you don't mind that, do
No,
you?
of course not. Absolutely not. So there's some very clear how to cut hardanger, which I showed this
Oh
morning.
yeah, you see, they could have done that with earlier, couldn't we?
We
really?
could have done that. But. So this is all the different things you're going to need, how you make the hem, how you put the pages in. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So you can see that you do get what you need.
Yes.
And it's the sort of thing, particularly, I shouldn't say particularly at the moment, because, you know, this will go past and we will move on at some point. But the fact remains that having something like this to stitch, and you can put, it's like lots of little projects. When we talk about samplers, which I'm always interested in personally, they were done as examples of work to be remembered, often just as a way of learning a new stitch, and they would be done in rows. We've got a little band sampler to talk about in a minute. So this time you've got a page with a new technique, and it'll grow surprisingly quickly.
I love that little book, because if you can give it to gift or gift yourself.
Yes.
I love the thought, what you just said about people who've made each page and framed it.
Oh, yes.
Can you imagine how gorgeous
Yes,
they
it-
look? Just
I've
because then
seen
you're going to see it all the time.
all
Like the
the
little
time.
book, you'd be
Yes.
taking it out to look at. Whereas if they're
This-
on the
yes.
bedroom wall or something like that.
Certainly the flower, well, I think all except we did a book on indigo. So it had denim in it and it had blue buttons and, you know, that one I've only seen done as a book, and that was a part work again. But all the others, people have done different things with them when they've got them.
More than half the stock of these have gone already, by the way.
And
just
that's
so you know.
there, as I said, so that
Yeah, so you
nobody
don't
steals
get the
it.
chain in your kit.
Beasts.
So you get everything you need. Absolutely
Yes,
everything. Including
everything's
the
there.
needles, the thread, everything you need to make that book is in that kit for $49.99. Absolutely everything. Plus instructions you can keep forever and ever and ever, and use little bits like the alphabets elsewhere and things
absolutely.
like that.
Go back to it, you know, again and again.
Are we going to do stitching now, or do you want to do another project first?
Tell me what you want.
Can we do the stitches for Carol now, please?
Right, Carol.
Okay, so now these stitches appeared on a Watt bow earlier. So what we might do is put the graphics of the Watt bow in,
I've
because
got it
these
here.
stitches appear on the Watt bow.
So
from
ignore that for a minute.
Yeah.
This is the Watt bow that we were doing. This is a dove's eye stitch.
Hang
in
on a
the
sec, we'll
centre
just come in
there.
closer on that.
Right,
Just hold
I'll
it
just
exactly
hold it
where
really
it
still.
is.
Yep.
Right, just tilt it forward to the camera. There we go. So
Can
the
you
dove's
see
eye,
those,
is that
those
the
little blobs in the middle?
Yeah,
Yes, those are dove's eyes.
got that.
And they're used in hardanger embroidery, and they're also used in, I think, there. If I just put that on the
Flat
table
on the
for
table, yeah.
Paulie to get at. Little dove's eyes are in this hemstitch square as well.
Perfect.
Slightly different way to make them, but the principle's the same, all right?
Yep, we can show that there, can't we, Paul? Yeah,
that
perfect.
okay?
Perfect. Yeah, lovely.
Smashing.
Right.
So earlier this morning, I made this little shape using the cluster blocks around the edge. And then do you remember I showed you how we cut the threads out?
Yes.
So I've removed them all. Now the dove's eye stitch would generally be put in the middle of this the middle hole.
Yes.
You can see that. So what you generally do, now there is no correct way to do these. When we went to Hardanger in Norway to do classes at the Folk Museum, they did all the dove's eyes first and then went on and did something else. And we taught a different way.
Oh, okay.
So you do what suits you. So what I'm going to do is I've cut the threads and I've been left with a set of 4 threads here. It's not easy for you to see, I know.
No, I think we got
Is that okay? Is that good?
Good shot there, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is make the dove's eye. So I've completed 3 sides of the square.
Yeah.
So it's always done on the last side of a square.
Right.
So if I was doing one in that hole, I'd do those blocks, I'd cut the threads, and halfway across this one, I would make that one.
Right.
Does that make sense? So I'm going to pierce the block at the side and bring the needle up.
Now, this is still a ballpoint needle.
Yes,
This is
yes,
not
it's
a
a
sewing
blunt needle.
is
No,
it?
it's a blunt needle. I'm going to pierce the top one. Now I'll get a picture for you in a minute, which will also help to explain. Whoops.
No.
Yep, yep, yep. So that's the start of the stitch. Now I'm going to pierce this side, like so. Yes? Now, to get it to look like a dove's eye and not a cat's bottom,
Yes, thank
you
you.
need to pick up the last one, the one you made at the very beginning, like that. And then you've got this little shape, diamond shape in the middle. Sorry, I'll get this a little bit easier for you to see. So there's the little diamond shape there in the middle. Now, what I will tell you is, because these aren't truly counted and you're adding them as you work through a project, from my experience, I would say that your last dove's eye is much prettier than your first one.
Oh, okay.
That's just a fact of life.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And if you look at, there's a very fine booklet out there by Janice Love, and I think it's called Basics and Beyond. It's out of print now, but if you spot it anywhere, grab it. Because she does left-handed working and she does what went wrong, marvellous teaching thing. She always says you need to pinch and punch them a little bit to make them just perfect.
Yeah.
But that's not at all bad. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's how a dove's eye is made.
Okay.
And be prepared, practice them on a bit of fabric, except that your first one won't look as smart, because there's no doubt, when I've done a big project, I look and think,
Can you unpick them if you're not happy with one? Can you
quite
unpick it?
difficult.
Oh, okay.
You can, and I've cut them out.
I was going to say, I'd be tempted, if there was one not very neat, I'd be tempted to just snip it out.
They are a bit of a bee. I have to say that when we were at a place called Husfliden, which is a shop in Bergen, well, there's a number of them actually, it's a state-owned shop in Bergen, where they had panels of hardanger this sort of size, which would be on a skirt, and it was for sale. And there was one with post-it notes on it with pins where there were errors. Oh. And I just said to the lady, oh, well, how much would this piece if I was prepared to have it with the errors? And she said £4,000.
Yeah, even with errors, yeah, yeah. Oh, I know how much Norwegian ladies pay for their traditional costumes, both the aprons and the skirts with hardanger in, and all the silver buckles and everything for their shoes and for their dress, and how they are that's what's passed on. That's what's thought of as the dowry or the what do you call it when something's heirloom pieces and everything like that. Yes.
And I mean, generally a woman might make a costume for their little girl when she's tiny and would use something like embroidery anglais, but by the time she gets to confirmation or at that point, she'd have her traditional costume. And the senior woman of a house would have the lovely crown, and it's absolutely fascinating.
Oh, no, totally. But they don't just save it for one occasion. It's births, deaths, christenings, but then it's going to church on a Sunday.
I'm just going to grab this quickly. I think that's what, that business, you've got a wedding. I've just heard that my nephew is proposed to his girlfriend. Oh. So there would be a wedding. Eventually. And I'm thinking, right, okay, outfit, hat, But if you were Norwegian, you'd wear your costume.
Oh, yes, exactly.
I just thought I'd hold that up for you.
And the costume is different from where you're from, the different regions of Norway of where you're from.
I don't know if you can just see that, can you?
Do you want to put down flat?
I'll put it down flat.
Put it down flat, there you go.
There you
are. The graphics of the book are in now.
So that shows the extent of the hardanger embroidery.
Yes.
Isn't it superb?
But can you imagine if you had one of those aprons, put your heel through it?
Well, that's very interesting because one of the aprons I saw in this place had a zigzag bottom.
Like a scalloped?
Like a scallop.
Oh, yeah, but
only
in a zigzag, yeah.
Zigzag. And I've done a little cafe curtain for the downstairs loo with a zigzag bottom, like, as you do. It's only tiny weeny.
Yeah.
But the girlie who was teaching us and telling us about this, he said you would never do this on an heirloom skirt because you would if you put your foot through the zigzag, it is completely
of course. Well, it's
gone.
like on
Gone.
Strictly Come Dancing last week. The girl put her heel straight through the net petticoat, didn't she? And that was it, gone, exactly.
Yes. So the other question I was asked for
because this is Carol's just message saying, thank you, I've been doing the dove's eye as I've gone round the edges and not when they're finished. That's what Carol
well, that's
tells.
just, as I said, doesn't appear to be a right way to do it.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're comfortable with. And the other thing about all these stitches...
Sorry. And what was the other stitch you wanted? Queen
stitch.
Okay, this is now.
All the other thing is if you try and make your stitches the same each time, whichever way you've decided to do them, you'll get a prettier project. Yes, even if you do it a different way to the way I... So this is the diagram of queen stitch. I have been...
Which book is that then?
That's the stitch book.
Which we'll do next
we'll,
then.
fine.
The graphic book room. We'll take you through the book in a second. Let's just do the queen stitch first.
So this is the queen stitch. Now I have heard this referred to as bitch stitch.
You can't say that!
Not by me, obviously, because that would be dreadfully rude.
Yes.
The thing about queen stitch is it's very pretty, it's ancient, it's also a swine to unpick.
Right.
Okay.
Just a swine, she didn't swear.
Just a swine. So I'm going to
we need Paul to come in.
Yeah, I'm just going to count the stitch.
Right. No, I don't mean come in. Don't come in, Paul.
Bear with me just a second, sorry. Actually.
That's right, Paul's having issues. Not Paul's having issues, the camera that Paul's trying to operate at the moment's having issues.
I'm trying to see without my glasses, which is absurd. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4? Sorry, everybody.
That's all right.
That's 4. So I've made a straight stitch, like so.
Push. That's right, it's moving now. It's coming in now. There we go. There we go. Brilliant.
Yes.
Thanks, Paul.
You see that?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bend the stitch across one. And make that shape. This will make more sense in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay? Then I'm going to come up at the bottom again and the top and bend it again. So this is a stitch that is frankly not terribly special on its own. Bear with me. This is when I would have my magnifier these days.
Oh, we've got one in the shop. We should have got it out for you.
It's a pesky thing, these cataracts. What with cataracts and sciatica, I'm a bit of a wreck at the moment. Anyway, there we are. That's half a queen stitch.
Right.
So I've made those two.
Okay, hang on, let's look at the. Can we look at? Are we able to look at the book, Paul? Or should we just slide the book into shot?
Shall I just slide it into
Okay,
shot?
there you go. So is the queen stitch the whole of that?
Yes, it's the whole of that.
Right, perfect.
Right. Now, what happens with the stitch is that when you get a group, because the top and bottom are shared each time, you get marvellous dimples in the stitch.
Oh, nice.
It's very, very effective. I'm trying to think. Bear with me one cotton picking
Looks a
minute.
little bit Elizabethan.
Absolutely. Stuart embroidery. I'm just wondering if there's one on here, and I can't actually remember. No, there isn't. There will be in here, though.
Okay.
Let me find you some.
While you're looking, Lintuit says, I'm back from the dentist and it's great to see the lovely Jane.
Thank you. I hope the dentist was all right.
Yeah, what's the dentist in your eyes for?
Actually, I'm not even finding one in here now. Isn't that weird? Right, so I'll continue with this one.
Right.
So basically, we're making almost like a little birdcage shape.
Yes.
And when I first saw the stitch many moons ago, it was at the Borough Collection in Glasgow, where they had an exhibition of 17th century samplers.
Can you just put it over the book, because we're having issues with the camera upstairs?
Of course. It's not an easy one to demonstrate. And
No.
of course, if I'd known, perhaps I would have bought some bigger fabric. And then over the other way. And then one more. Can you notice that the top and bottom are shared many times?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once more with feeling. Which way round have I got that? That's it. So that is actually a queen stitch.
They're tiny.
So a queen stitch actually takes up the room of 4 cross stitches.
Right.
And if you look, I'm trying to think where I would suggest you having a look. If you go onto the Cross Stitch School website at some point and look at the band samplers, of which there are many, again, consider big projects, not a first project. Have a look at those band sampler pictures in detail and you'll see what the queen stitch looks like when it's in a group. And the one I saw at the Burrell collection was actually a strawberry done in queen stitch, and it had the dimples that a strawberry has.
The seeds.
Yes,
yes.
Absolutely.
Fabulous.
So this book, the stitch book, is where we've got an alphabetical list of the stitches that we use within the Cross Stitch Guild. This is the 4th edition. It is the last edition.
Right.
Now, I know everyone says that, but this time it is, because the whole point of this little book was that it was portable, go in your project case. I have one on my desk because I'll go and think, now, how did I do Holly Point?
And what is it exactly? It's just
It's
directory of
book.
all the different stitches you
It's
like
just
to
a
need.
stitch book that we use for counted embroidery, for hemming, how to make up a watt bow, how to do a folded hem, how to make tassels. It's all the stuff we do all the time.
Brilliant.
If I had to sit down now and do Holly Point, I would actually have to go, right, okay, I'll need to check how I did that last time.
Yeah.
So it's my refresher book. Whereas the Cross Stitcher's Bible is full of all sorts of things and charts and etc. This is a stitch book.
Just stitch. Oh,
now
brilliant.
this is the most pages I can get in that size ring binding.
Right.
So I won't do it again because the next one is twice the size. And then it's not a pocketbook.
Right, okay,
I've made
so this
the
is
decision.
the last time it'll be a pocketbook, but you will do another one, which will be like a reference book.
If I do, it'll be a completely different animal. This is meant to be, so it's in with your project, and you can, if you can't understand something from a kit or anything, you can refer to it.
But you could do, oh yes, exactly, yeah. Kath says the deli was in Chandler's Ford, so we're not getting cake, but it was delicious anyway. And Princess What's-It says she can hear what's going on in the background.
Ooh, be careful.
Oh, that's because Elliot opened the door and all the noise from the other room came in, Princess. I do apologise. Right, where would you like to go next, Hannah? Got some photos to show you and then we'll carry on with the next item.
Go.
Right, so this is the first one from Michelle.
Oh, look, well
Hang
done.
on, Michelle, there we go. Oh, I can't read it from here. Attached is one of Jane's samplers, which I purchased a few years ago. At the start of lockdown, I thought I'd give it a go. After not doing cross stitch for a number of years, I'm hooked again. Andrea helped me with a query at the start, and I love it.
Well done.
Just made another couple of purchases. Thanks for the inspiration from Michelle. That's
well done,
lovely.
Michelle. That's nice. So that's a sampler, an alphabet, and lovely things to stitch.
And there's another one. I'm not going to read all this one out because I won't be. Oh, yes, I can. Hi, John and Jay. It's just around the corner to me after Ben Rand said. A few years ago, I bought the Strawberry Sampler book.
There you are.
During lockdown, I've been making an effort to finish it. I must admit, I found the hardanger a bit daunting, but I enjoyed it once I got the hang of it. Can you read it more?
Yes, I
Because it's
can.
around the corner for me.
Likewise with the folded hem, this is what I've done so far. I'm a bit scared of making up the pages. I wonder if Jane could confirm that I have to cut the edges. Yes, I know it's scary, and I will just very quickly find an image for you because it is, I can remember when I first did this. I think it's called, what have I called it? Cut hem stitch, 119. 119. Yes, I understand why you feel strange. There it is. What I suggest you do is use a piece of spare fabric, make that stitch exactly as you see it there.
And that's what she needs to do, is it?
And then you're going to cut off there. which makes everybody do that.
Yes.
So have a go. If you go back to this, all the books we make are done like this. So that is that stitch cut just like that. And then the pages are joined together by going through the same holes again. All right? So it is just like that. So don't be frightened, but it would be a good idea if you've got a bit of spare linen, just have
a practice.
Work a straight bit in a corner.
Yeah.
So that you've got to go round, and obviously use a nice sharp pair of scissors when you come to cut.
June says, I could wish to listen to our lovely Jane all day long. I'm currently working on one of Jane's samplers. I've ordered the Watbo Christmas decoration.
Oh, well done.
Right, moving on then.
Yes.
Pansy
Quick.
what?
Pansy band.
Pansy band.
Right, so band samplers were generally done in the 16 and 1700s, and they would be a piece of stitching that was possibly as wide as the fabric, which might have only been that wide.
Right.
And the idea was that you would copy a piece that you liked, roll it up, put it in a drawer, come back to it, add something else. So it's when the written word isn't obvious, we haven't got lots of books, and patterns were saved, and girls would inherit band samplers from their mother or father or whatever. And so band samplers are now immensely collectible and extremely costly.
Here's some close-up pictures of your one there, just in case you couldn't see. There's just 2 pictures there to show you.
Yes.
Right.
Now,
they're very expensive to buy, did you say?
an antique, yes, £30,000.
Oh!
£30,000.
Yeah.
I have seen a sampler in the last month, a band sampler. I suppose it was so big and so wide, done in 1646, and it was £30,000.
Yeah, yours won't be... Don't make this and then put it on eBay at £30,000. That doesn't work.
No, but I do love doing them because there's all sorts of reasons, really. One is that if you don't like the stitch, there aren't very many of them.
Yes.
So it's quite a narrow, so these I would actually change my rules, and I'd start at the top and work down.
Well, that's the way it was done, wasn't it? Did you
Yes.
say that's the way it was done anyway? So that's traditional.
So when I'd done this flower, I would work the next row across there, can you see?
Yeah.
Then I would run a tacking stitch down the side, under and over 2 threads. Bit boring, but it really is worth it. Because then when you come to do some of this clever stuff here, where you're pulling threads out and making ladders in the material, like here, you can see exactly where you're going to finish. It does save time afterwards. So this is not a first project. You should have counted on linen before. There's a little bit of hardanger embroidery. There's hem stitch. Let's just, if I list the stitches for you, so we've got bullion knots, French knots, cross stitch, long-legged cross stitch, 4-sided stitch, tied hem stitch with beads, rice stitch, adapted double, hardanger, I'm
going to interrupt though. Everything you need is all the instructions, everything are all in the kit, aren't they?
They're all here. I'm going to get it out.
All right. And does it tell you the name of the stitches, or is it you just following a chart? Oh,
No,
just
no.
rip it open, why don't you?
Well, it's elephant spit, you see.
Yeah, all right.
We used to use different stuff, and then people would steal from the kits. So,
Yeah.
so you've got your fabric. Let me unpick it all so you can see.
Yeah, they're just getting it all out, Paul. There you go.
There you go, look. Zweigart, obviously.
Yeah.
There's the chart. There's the first part. Oh, right way up.
Yeah.
There's the second part. Now, it isn't difficult. It isn't, I did it. It isn't difficult.
Right.
If you work the cross stitch flower first, so you get used to the fabric, each cross stitch is worked over 2 fabric threads. So it's not that fine. If you look at those stitches there, it's the same as a 14 count Ada, the size crosses. So it's not that fine.
Yeah.
Deceptive. Then here you've got your threads. Now again, you see these are pre-sorted for obvious reasons. So you can get home from work and you can crack on without having to decide which one's elephant grey and which one's something slate grey or whatever. And that's the Oliver Twist thread that we use for the for the hard hanger embroidery. And then again, we've got the instructions.
Perfect.
Let's have a look. So that's the ones that go in everything. And here you can see the top section before the hard hanger. You can see a close-up of what your stitching should look like.
Brilliant.
That's showing you how to remove fabric threads. That's showing you how to do the hard hanger. How to do the different decoration. Now I've done this folded hem around here, which I love doing. I really do find it very satisfying. And you don't need to look at the charts. You can watch Prime Suspect without fear of having to...
Other shows are available.
I like to hem mine quite close to the stitching. Other people might do theirs further apart. You know, it's very personal. But if you didn't want to do the hem, this was perfectly reasonably just framed.
Yes,
You
I was
saw
going to
how
say,
big-
I loved it in a frame, wouldn't it?
You can see how much fabric you've got.
Yes. Oh, yes, so you don't need to put the hem
You
in.
don't need to hem if you don't want to. I mean, I've got a couple of my favourite stitchers who, if it stands still long enough in the house, it gets hemmed.
Yes.
You know, even things that you wouldn't think would get hemmed, get
But
hemmed.
if you enjoy doing it and you love
It's
it, then why
nice.
not? It's yours
And
anyway, isn't it?
it makes it look so pretty. And I
Yes,
mean, if you can imagine.
But what would you do with it? What would you do with that
Well,
in your house?
it's funny, actually. I like the idea of them rolled up as they were. And I would probably have a ribbon, top and bottom,
Yeah.
and have that rolled up and have a box of them. I know, it's odd.
You can't see it if you
But
do
then
that.
you get it out, don't you?
You can't get everyone that walks through your door. You can't say, wait there, telephone man, look at this.
But I mean, lots of people put them on the wall like this. The other way of doing this, of course, is which way
The other
are
way
we?
up,
Sorry,
yeah.
there we are. If you wanted to put this in a frame, the other way would be to cover the backboard of the frame
Yeah.
with some nice silk in a colour that goes, stitch this to that, and it would look lovely with, you know, a frame a lot wider.
Would indeed. Right, let's move on. Let's move on because we've got lots still to get through. We're doing poppy and wheat next, please.
Which is here.
Which is up behind on the They've got a picture of it there. Now, we've got them both in linen and Ada.
We have.
Which one do you want to do first? Which one have you got in your hand?
I'll do the Ada.
Ada first. Ada first.
And I'll
Just
tell you,
it's the same project, just different. The background fabric is different, so they have
Yes.
different codes on
so
them.
if you've never stitched before, or never done counted embroidery, there's no reason why you couldn't do this one. It's not complicated. I'm
Right.
just going to shunt everything down.
It doesn't
a bit.
come with the frame. We've just only picture of it in the frame. It doesn't
No.
come with the frame.
No. So this is actually. Do you remember me saying about Ada and linen?
Yeah.
This is always a bit confusing for people. So this is done on a choice of Ada or linen. Now this is linen Ada, just to confuse the issue.
Okay.
And this is produced by Zweigart and Dewitsky. This is a 14 count Ada. Now, if you wanted to work this project and you've never done a counted project in your life, you would start this and it would be no problem. The threads are pre-sorted. You're going to start in the middle. It's obviously portrait shaped.
Yes.
And here's the chart. Here's the black and white version. So you find the middle of the pattern. There's the coloured one if you wanted something to reassure yourself you're doing it in the right order. Look, isn't that just gorgeous?
Totally.
I'd frame the chart. I think they're so clever. When I started, I had a borrowed drawing board resting on 2 bricks on the dining room table. I had Chartwell Imperial graph paper with a very pale little thing. And I drew in symbols. So I would do a leaf and I'd do crosses down the middle of it, and then V's.
Yeah.
Crosses would be dark green, V's would be lighter, maybe L would be lime. And in my head I could see what they looked like. Well, when you think that's the sort of thing I can produce now
Yes, exactly.
on my computer program, it does tell you what's going on, doesn't it?
Oh, no, totally. But you've also
Reassuring.
got to remember as well that your chart isn't necessarily going to be the same size as your finished
Exactly.
item, is it?
And that's why we always encourage you, unless I've said so, to start in the middle. And to do that, I would simply do what's happened here. And if you wanted to, quite a good idea, particularly if you've not done a lot before, would be to run a tacking thread
Yes.
down there and down there.
Yeah, because
And
eventually
then-
you're not going to do this project overnight.
No,
Eventually
you're
those
coming
pieces
back
will
to it.
disappear. Yeah.
So, and if you wanted to, you could also rule a line on your chart. So that if you are wandering because you're not paying attention, you can see.
We're just bringing the graphic in for the linen one now.
Yes.
So it's exactly the same. All the only difference is the background fabric is linen, and you count by threads.
Yes. So this one, each stitch is going to cross 2 fabric threads.
Yeah.
In the Ada one, it's going to cross 1 box. So the principle's the same. And actually, in this case, particularly, I think with this Ada, it'll either will look lovely. There are some designs that I think perhaps they look better on linen.
Right.
But
the thing is, it's going to look like it's on linen.
Yes.
Because some Adas, you see, some of them are a bit like, the colours sometimes are a little bit not
brighter.
natural.
Yes, yes.
I don't know,
yes.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, well, it's wrong
They look
one.
manufactured,
Yes.
basically, whereas
Well,
the linen background, the linen...
It looks antique-y, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it looks antique. So the linen Ada, even though it's Ada, it's that gorgeous old colour of
Yes.
natural colour, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely. It's particularly nice. And I think it's lovely for you to have the opportunity to experiment. What I think happens to people is that they get given a kit on a fine linen and they look at it and think, I can't see that.
No.
I'll get some Ada. Now, linen comes in lots of different counts. You can get a great big chunky. You can get one that's 20 threads, so it's 10 stitches to the inch. Now, if I gave that to you, you'd go, it's a bit childlike. But actually, there's no reason why you can't do any of these patterns. I know that to start with, people think, I can't do linen, I just can't see it. And certainly I now, because I'm getting cataracts, I'm going to have to be aware I'm going to need them doing.
I was going to say, as soon as you've had them done, you'll know the difference.
Well, of course,
yeah.
of course. I have a very dear friend, who had a lovely shop in Alresford in Hants. And she went and had her cataracts done, came back to her needlework shop, walked in and was completely horrified. She said it was filthy. She said she had to close the shop.
Oh no, imagine what you're going to do when you go to your house.
I can't imagine. How bad will it be? Because it is eccentric. It is
right, now let's do the last one. The last one
Okay.
is called Autumn Leaves, is it?
And this is very sweet. And I'll tell you where I got the idea from too.
Okay, perfect. We've got a still of that, so we're just looking at the still now.
Okay.
Okay,
Lovely.
if you're starting with linen or Ada, what's
Whichever-
the picture made of?
Linen.
Linen, we'll do the linen first.
Well, we'll do the linen first. Now this one isn't pre-sorted, but there is a card in here
For
to
you to
enable you to
pre-sort
do
and
it.
stuff, yeah.
This saying, a falling leaf is nothing more than summer's wave goodbye, was on a blackboard at Westonbirt Arboretum last autumn when we were there with our dog. And someone had just written it.
Oh.
And I thought it was just lovely.
So you've nicked it, you mean?
Well, I don't know yet. I nicked it, certainly I nicked it. It's a difficult one. It's cross-stitch.
Yeah.
And you can obviously work it on the Ada or the linen. I have actually done here on the
We're just coming in
the
closer
acorns.
on that now.
Okay, I'll just wait here.
Yeah.
Yep. On the acorns, I've done the cups of the acorns in massed French knots.
Right.
So I just outlined the cup shape so I knew where I was going and just did them randomly in assorted colours, and I was ever so pleased with the result. Added a bit of dimension, but it's not essential. You could do it all in cross stitch if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, because if you're just starting, do it all in cross stitch.
Yeah.
But if you think, oh, I could do something
give it
else
a
here,
try.
do it, yeah.
Yes.
So so we've had the linen one. Now we
then-
just need to put the Ada one through
There
as
we
well,
are.
don't we?
So this is cream cotton Ada as
Right.
opposed to the linen one.
Yes.
And this is 28 count cashel linen.
Right.
So that's the same as this in that it'll be 14 stitches in the inch. All right?
Yeah, perfect. I've just got a message for you. Loving Jane Show says, this is Chris. I bought the Christmas fabric pack and the magnetic needle case. The greenhouse kit, which I bought last time, will be my Christmas Day start.
Oh. Now, I don't have a Christmas Day start. We have a tradition in our house that Christmas Day is often a house full. Pingsbarn lends itself to Christmas because of the scale.
Yeah.
And often we have the family. But Boxing Day's my day.
So you have a
We
Boxing
cook
Day
chips.
start. You cook chips? Ooh.
The only thing I cook, so there's cold meat and pickle and chips. I even get the fryer out to cook the chips.
Like the old-fashioned fryer?
Old-fashioned fryer. And make batches of chips. And then I have a project that's waiting to be started. And it's really, I mean, it's absurd. I've got a piece of linen like this, you know,
Yeah.
and my gold needle, and I have my threads sorted, and they'll be in a basket by my chair. And it's...
So you don't know what it is? You don't know what it is yet?
Yeah, well, I do know what it is, but I've saved it as something I'm going to stitch. I do send out stitching to my testers for the reasons we discussed earlier with patterns. But it's something I've wanted to stitch, and I'll sit there, usually with a black and white movie.
Oh, right.
Like an
Voyager.
affair to remember, or something
yes, right.
soppy.
Yeah, big romantic.
Yeah, a big hopeless case I am. But that's my Boxing Day treat.
Perfect. I think I'm in here, aren't I? Anyway, thank you ever so much for coming in today.
Gosh,
It's been
I
an
can't
absolute
believe
joy
it's
to see you.
gone
I'm
so
sorry
quickly.
I can't hug you and squeeze you and squidge you.
No.
Anyway, everything that's left of Jane's is on the website. So there's not much, I'm afraid, at all. The reason if you're thinking, oh, why is he finishing so early? Because it's all changed now, isn't it? So I now have to do the menu for tomorrow's Sewing Street. So I need to do the menu for tomorrow's Sewing Street, right? So this is what, it's me tomorrow. So this is what's tomorrow. Kits Revisited at 8 o'clock, on Drew Kitties. 9 o'clock, Christmas applique, mat and cushion with Victoria Carrington. Now, I think that's the first time she's been in Sewing Street, isn't it? Oh, in the new studio. She's been in before, but not in the new studio. 10 o'clock, new Sanderson cashmere fabric range. Ooh, that sounds nice. 11 o'clock, Heart of Star quilt with Victoria Carrington. Oh, of course, I've got to do 5 hours tomorrow. I was going, that last one's a repeat. Oh, no, so I don't mind. Adjust the forms and dressmaking. Live, because what it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which I'll explain what's happening, is Yarn Lane, right? And then the other day, Sewing Street carries on for 5 hours. So that's tomorrow. That's the end of today's Sewing Street. Now, you need to listen carefully now. If you're watching on your telly, so if you're on Freeview or Sky, you're absolutely fine. Just stay there and Yarn Lane will come up and just carry on. If, however, you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you need to stop watching the Sewing Street one and you need to log in to the, have we got a thingy? Yarn Lane one here. And on the website, right? You need to go to the Yarn Lane one, right? That's what it looks like. www.yarnlane.com. There's no TV in there. You said earlier there was TV in it. Oh, the Facebook one's got TV in it. Right. So yarnlane.com is the website you need to go to. Now, this is what's really important. You cannot buy the Yarn Lane items on the Sewing Street page. You have to buy them on the Yarn Lane page. However, if you've already bought something on Sewing Street, your post and packaging is paid for. So even though you're buying it from a completely separate website, your post and packaging is already paid for if you've already bought something from Sewing Street. So what you need to do is, if you're on the telly, that's fine. Go off and make yourself a cup of tea because I'll be back with a brand new guest in a couple of minutes. However, if you're on YouTube or the website or Facebook, you do need to go now and change over to the Yarn Lane website, Facebook and YouTube. Did you get that? I'm going to go because we've got loads of setting up to do because I have to redress the set. Paul's got loads to do in there. He's got to do massive. We've got to get Jane. I've got to wheel Jane out the building with all her goodies and everything like that. So in about 5 or 6 minutes time, I will be back sitting here with a brand new guest, Sam, and we will be doing Yarn Lane. I'll see you then.